What's up, BV Clan? Alex Espion here, and today I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. I've played a bunch of Pokemon on this channel. I've played only Pokemon on this channel, so today we're mixing it up. First video doing something else. This is Spongebob Squarepants Legend of the Lost Spatula, a game that I am entirely unfamiliar with. There's a continue option, but what happens if I press this? Password? There apparently is a password system. Oh, I guess that's how you protect your game file. But since I haven't started a game file, my only choice is to press new game. What are the options, out of curiosity? Music and sound effects. It's probably not too interesting. I want to, like, experience it fully. I just want to see, like, if there's any weird settings. Because with old games, like, you never know. Music, on or off. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. Sound effects. On or off. Okay, that's not anything interesting over there either. But like with older games, you never really know, like, when they're gonna spring something weird on you. Anyway, welcome my friends to Bikini Bottom. Let us join SpongeBob. Look out, SpongeBob! What is this? What is this? Literally! He has uncovered something. Wow, Mr. Krabs will know what this is. Oh, is it SpongeBob? Okay, it's SpongeBob talking. Mr. Krabs, I found a statue. By Great Neptune's beard! That statue marks the entrance to the Dutchman's underworld. What? It's crazy. A long time ago, in the city of Palm Bay, there was the master fry cook who ruled with the golden spatula. But Mount Mount Vesuvius, right? It's like Mount Vesuvius, but it's Mount Kabluvius. Like Kabloom, I guess. Kaboom? Mount Kabluvius buried Palm Bay, starting the grease fires that ended the greasy civilization, as legend has it. The Flying Dutchman took over the city's ruins, and his first mate buried the key to the city somewhere in the Goo Lagoon. R. Find that key, boy. If you get the golden spatula, I'll be rich. I mean, you would be Master Fry Cook. Now, you better go home and get your things. Okay, so that is just what I'm going to do. Press the A button to use item or accept. Press the B button to jump or go back. Press up to talk to your friends. Is Gary a friend that I can talk to? Oh, press up. Meow. Interesting. Very insightful, Gary. What the heck? Oh, that's... Okay, speed up button. Right. Sorry, I play too much stuff on my, like, computer. That I don't know. I'm just used to press space to jump, because that's most computer games. Hiya, SpongeBob. Oh, he has nothing important to say? Okay. Patrick, you good, buddy? What was that? Oh, apparently the music just slowed down for some reason. Is he gonna trip and fall again? I want to see him fall over. I saw him fall over. What if I talk to him again? And will he fall over again? I see him fall over. There he is! Hello, Squidward. I'm gonna talk to Squidward. For some reason, my thing at the bottom is blinking, and I don't know why. Like, the music slows down and it starts blinking. I wonder why that is. Oh, it's you. Why did I... Oh, it's you. I don't know why I gave Squidward, like, the most epic voice imaginable. Road closed. Okay. And does this guy have anything to say? Go talk to Mrs. Puff. Thank you, sir, for the guidance. Oh, I can walk up here and then to downtown. Okay. So I need to, like, press on the sign in order to go places. Does this guy have anything important to say? Press select to view your game menu. Okay, let's see. Is this select? I don't know what the controls are tied to. WVWWR. Oh, that's a password. In case I ever need to, like, exit the game and then come back in. I wonder when, like, the save points are. If I reached a save point yet? It doesn't auto-save, surely. Okay, so this is... Oh, okay, so Z to blow bubble. X to jump. Okay. Through your map in the game menu. Okay. So if I go to the game menu, can I see a map from here? I cannot see map, which means this is not the right menu. That is not select, that must be start. This must be select. Yes, okay. Location downtown. Goals. Find the anchor, recover the chest. View all goals, view or view map. Let me see, view all goals. Okay, yeah. I don't have a lot of goals, just that one. View map. Okay, so we came from, like, SpongeBob's street over there, and now we're over in this chum bucket section. I think that's the chum bucket. It seems like there's a chum bucket and a Krusty Krab on the other side. I'm not seeing either. I'm seeing the Bargain Mart. I'm not seeing Chum Bucket or Krusty Krab. Oh my god, what the heck are... What? Okay. Oh, is that Bubble Bass? Whatever, he took off my pants, which is kind of weird. But, I went to college. Good for you, Plankton. We go up here. Road closed? No, we're not gonna go up there, apparently. Mr. Krabs, hello! Hello! Spongebob, me boy, how goes the hunt? Pretty uneventful so far. 2 out of town. How do I get my pants back, is my question. Hello, Pearl. Don't pay any attention to the fact that I have no pants. Make your way to Goo Lagoon. Okay. Is this the way to Goo Lagoon? Oh! I can crouch, apparently, like this. Press the down button to crouch. Road closed. I'm reading this sign. Or did I press down on the sign? And then it... I don't know how I even read that sign. Oh, it's Mermaid Man! I think that's... I'm pretty sure that's Mermaid Man. Up! Up! And away! Yes, definitely Mermaid Man. Hello, Mermaid Man. A pleasure to see you. Oh, Mrs. Puff! I need to talk to you, apparently. No, you can't be hall monitor. No, you can't. Fine. Here, take the uniform. Okay, so now I have a hall monitor uniform. Don't know necessarily what I do with this. What happens if I talk to her again? I would just like to say a few words. You can't make this easy, can you? Oh, that's the line from the show. He's like, yes, I'm so thankful that I could be a hall monitor. I'd just like to say a few words. To outer town. No, I wanted to talk to fish. I wanted to talk to cool surfer dude fish, but apparently I could not. Okay, jump, right. I can jump up there, and then from there... Okay, can I jump onto this thing? Is it like a thing? Yes. Okay, some actual platforming in this game that I presume is a platformer. Finally. So one thing that I'm noticing is that... I don't know, it feels very stiff, the jumping. It seems like I could get a lot of air mobility, but it also seems like I fall very fast, which makes it feel stiff. Even if I do have like a lot of control in the air. You found a fresh pair of pants. Huh. Okay. I have the hall monitor outfit on right now. So I don't know how much that like helps me. Because obviously before I took damage. I think I took damage somehow to Bubble Bass. And, oh, that's cute idle animation. I think I took damage somehow to Bubble Bass before, and I ended up losing my pants. But now, and then I had only underwear on. But now I have hall monitor outfit on. So I don't know if that means that I have like free health now. Like I don't know if hall monitor is just like an extra piece of health, like with like Super Mario Odyssey type of like maximum heart. Like now your maximum health is 8, maximum health is 6 rather than 3. Like life up heart. I don't think life up heart is the right thing. I think life up heart is like a different game. So I saw like I obviously don't know a whole lot about this game. What I do know is that it is the first ever Spongebob game, so that's why I figured I might as well play it, because if y'all have watched some of my previous videos, you might know that I am quite close to 100%ing Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. So I figured before I do that, I might as well check out where this all started, because I love SpongeBob. SpongeBob is like one of my favorite TV shows ever. You found a fresh pair of pants. Okay, so I don't know if these pairs of pants are like extra pairs of pants, like if I take it, like I'm actually increasing in health, or if it's like a maximum life thing, like in Battle for Bikini Bottom, where it's just like you can only have 4 pairs of underwear at once. What is this? Okay, it's an anchor. What does this do? It takes me down to this giant chest. SpongeBob has found the pirate's chest. There are 4 oven knobs needed. Oven knobs? Oven mitts? What did it say? Unlock the statue. They are hidden around Bikini Bottom. There's a map. Okay. Apparently there was a map that tells us where the oven knobs are, or something like that. I don't know. Look out, Flying Dutchman! Here comes SpongeBob! Okay, SpongeBob is coming, Flying Dutchman. Prepare yourself. Oh, okay. So now I have lost a pair of pants. I do have another pair of pants under it. Okay, hold on a minute with this stupid clam. Am I already gonna die? Oh wait, okay, he's gone. No, okay. Oh, I'm naked. Okay, so I have died. Is what it, okay. So if I died and it sent me back to this chest. So I don't know if there are like multiple chests that are all like different checkpoints. Like how, if like chests are just like a permanent checkpoint, or if that's just like a random, like only this chest is a checkpoint. Because that chest is different from other chests I've opened, so I'm wondering if those chests I've opened also like gave me a checkpoint, or if it's just that one. Or if it's not just chests. Okay, I'm wondering, like, what are the checkpoints in this game? Are they, first of all, are they all chests? Second, if they're not all chests, and it's just that one that's a checkpoint, it's just that chest, then what are they usually? So, in this direction, I didn't really find anything, so I'm wondering if I just didn't look hard enough. Frankly, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go at the moment. There's another clam over here. Can I go under this guy? Okay, my invincibility frames ran out, and he just hit me. So, I guess not. This crap seems like really difficult, and I'm wondering, like, a lot of these guys go in, like, very unavoidable patterns, because it's like one is coming from one direction and another is coming from another, and it just seems like how on earth are you supposed to avoid all these? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm supposed to blow bubbles at them. Please, die. To bubble. Die to the bubble, please. I can't seem to hit any of them with the bubble. Okay, this guy just stopped, and the bubble seemed to go right past him. I don't know if that's because my aim was bad, or if it literally didn't do anything. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. It literally went right through him. Let's see if that chest serves as a checkpoint or not. Because now I've gotten a chest since that last chest, and I didn't die before, like, after getting that other chest. So let's see if these chests actually provide a checkpoint. No, they do not. Okay, this might be kind of brutal, not gonna lie. This might be a little bit difficult. I just don't know what the bubbles are for, if I can't kill anything with them. But I definitely cannot kill these guys. So maybe, like, future enemies I'll be able to kill with the bubbles, but definitely not these guys. I hit them dead on with them, and it didn't seem to do anything at all. I went up this way before. That didn't really provide me with a whole lot of success. However, I feel like I could explore this direction further. Let's try this direction, because the other direction I wasn't having much luck, and I know, like, how I would get through that direction so far. Like, nothing in that direction has seemed, like, impossible to me so far. I just don't know which direction I'm supposed to go in at the moment. And, oh, there's a portal here. Let's go into it. Press up, and then that's gonna bring me to Muscle Beach. Hello, Larry. Boy, am I ripped. Indeed. So are my pants. Classic reference to that one episode where Spongebob rips his pants. Please tell me it was a freaking... No checkpoint, huh? No checkpoint, huh? Dang, okay, I didn't know the muscular people just wanted to freaking kill me. What on earth is going on here? What is with this dead end here? Come on, seriously? I've been trolled by SpongeBob. I've been trolled by a SpongeBob game. Okay, for a second, it looked like he was gonna go over me, but then he didn't. Okay, this guy wants to kill me. I can jump over him. I'm learning. This guy I don't think wants to kill me. Hopefully not. Where do I get... Where am I supposed to go here? Because I now realize that I'm sort of, like, going around in a circle. Find 4 oven knobs. Okay. Jellyfish fields. How do I get to jellyfish fields? It says goals, jellyfish fields. Where's the map? The map is not here. The map is on this menu. See, the Flying Dutchman thing added, like, more things to my map. And one of those was jellyfish fields, so I think I do legitimately need to go to jellyfish fields here. You found the net launcher. What is that? What do I do with a net launcher? No, stop it! Stop it! Why? Found a fresh pair of pants. Wonderful. Obviously, one difference between this and Battle for Bikini Bottom is that in this game, you are getting pairs of pants, while in Battle for Bikini Bottom, you are getting pairs of underwear. And I think that's kind of interesting. But he does this little idle animation, which is like the bring it around town thing. I just died. Wait, I can get out of the water. Okay, I did not know I could do that. That makes things a whole lot easier. And I can actually hit this guy with a ball. No, it only stunned him for a little bit. It only stunned him for a little bit. That did not stun him for very long at all. Larry the Lobster isn't going to kill me. He may not be like... I may not like him. We may not like each other too much as characters, especially in the early seasons, but he's not going to kill me. That's good. You okay? I'm doing fine. I guess so, except I ripped my pants. Of course you did, SpongeBob. To Sandy's Park. Oh. This is Sandy's Park. Sandy owns the park. Find the missing oven knobs. Gee, thanks. To Goo Lagoon? No. Back to Sandy's Park, please. Little did I know that Sandy actually owns the park. Crazy. I didn't realize she was like... She owned the land that this park was built on. Okay, I respawned back at the beginning of the park. That's good. Bubble Bass is just a troll. I assume that's Bubble Bass. He's got, like, the right face to be Bubble Bass. Oh, and here's Sandy. in Sandy's Park. I'm outer than a cat in a bathtub. I lost my hat in the desert. You lost your hat in the desert. So, like, do I have to go fetch your hat? Is that where this is going? Because if that is where this is going, how on earth am I getting to the desert? Is this gonna take me to the spatula? Okay, that took me up here. I don't know where this is in proportion to where I was before. Apparently not very far at all. I don't seem to be able to go into Sandy's tree dome. Sandy's outside the tree dome, so I don't know why I would need to. View your new your new map in the game menu. Have I gotten a new map, or is it just the new map from before? Location, Sandy's Park. How do I get from here to Jellyfish Fields? Is my question. Because one of my goals is, recover the hat. View all goals. Let's see. Jellyfish Fields, Undersea Desert, Kelpozoic Jungle, Carnival. Okay, are those the 4 places I need to go for the knobs? It does seem like it, because that's listed with, like, little stars. I don't know what those symbols are called. It's listed by asterisks, little asterisks, I think. Under the Find 4 oven knobs. So I have the main quest of Find 4 oven knobs, and then I have, I guess, a side quest of find Sandy's hat. How do we get to Jellyfish Fields? Okay, so I see jellyfish. Obviously, I'm assuming we're going in the right direction, because I'm starting to see jellyfish over here. What happened to you, Patrick? Hey, Spongebob, I lost my shorts at the carnival. Can you find them? Probably not. Recover the hat and find the shorts. Those are my 2 quests, besides, obviously, the main one. So, do you have new dialogue? Gee, I'm all out of jelly. I bet there's some in the Jellyfish Fields. Okay, at least, is that a quest? Do I have to get jellyfish for the jellyfish jelly for him too? Does everyone just give you a quest? Get the jelly, okay. So there are all these different goals here. And on a map that you get from all these different characters. That's to the carnival. Do I need to go to the carnival to get like the oven knobs? Carnival, yes, okay. Find all 4 oven knobs. One of the locations listed under there is Carnival, so I'd imagine that there are oven knobs in this Carnival. And I hope that I got a sort of checkpoint. Like, where do I go from here? What kind of carnival is this? It's covered in weeds and odd creatures that I'm trying to step on and failing to. So there's like weird looking orange fish over here, and I guess I shouldn't call him weird looking. That's kind of rude. But like he just looks kind of sad, man. He just looks a little depressed. That's okay, bud. We all have our off days. Can I, like, get underneath here? Because obviously if I can go underneath here, then that would be much easier. And, we're learning. We're slowly learning. With every death we learn. What we learn with that death is that I should go this way instead of that way. But can I go through here? I cannot. So that means that I cannot just go under all these guys. I have to actually, like, get past them. I'm sure I could stun him with the bubble. That just seems like an extra step that I don't really need to take. Oh, actually, I might need to take it here. Because then I can run right through it. And then from there, I can get the chest. You have found a fresh pair of pants. That's great, but I'm looking for an oven knob. Can I hit you from down here? Yes, I can. Get wrecked. Get destroyed, actually. But yeah, maybe I was just, like, not aiming correctly, but... Oh, there's fish hooks to take me down. Okay. I don't see why that would be useful at any point in time. I'd imagine that those are more obstacles, like donut platforms, and, okay, these are moving ones. These ones don't just go straight down. These ones don't just fall. They actually move up and down. Curiosity killed the cat, but I'm gonna go down anyway. Just out of curiosity. Okay, so you, please do not kill me. I'm gonna stun him, and then go past him, and I get a fresh pair of pants. That's great. I want to stay at free health for as long as possible. I don't know what's down here. This would be a great time for, like, Spelunky, like, look down, and then you, like, if you crouch, you look down. It'd be a great time for that. That's a mechanic that I feel like needs to be in more games, because I hate blind jumps. It's just really comforting in Spelunky to be able to do that. It's just like, oh yeah, I can't see what's below me. Here, let me crouch real quick. And then, like, you see the room below you, and so you know, like, if you're gonna drop into spikes or not. That's good. Spelunky is just a very well-made game. If y'all have never played Spelunky, you should definitely check that one out, because that one's just really fun. Never beaten Spelunky. Still working on it with my brother. We'll do it. We'll get to it someday. I think I have like 50 hours in that game at this point. I think it's more, actually, if I'm being honest. It's kind of embarrassing, but we still haven't beaten it after over 50 hours, so... here's the block of cheese that Patrick eats in like, the Hooks episode. Where he's like, this isn't dangerous, see? It's fun. What does this one do? All these hooks sort of operate differently. The cheese one doesn't seem to fall at all. It doesn't seem to have any, like, sort of... Oh, was I supposed to get on that one? Hopefully it respawns if I off-screen it. Okay, yes it does. So this one goes up and then does not come down. Which makes sense. Which, I mean, I guess it's like the... I guess it's like the one that Spongebob gets hooked by then. But yeah, they sort of like, in that one episode, there's like the Hooks episode it's from, where basically Mr. Krabs warns Patrick and Spongebob not to mess around with the fishing hooks. I don't know what would happen if these things took me all the way up, but I don't wanna find out. What does this do? Does this give me more underwear? Found ammo for the net launcher. Okay, so now I should be able to use the net launcher, if I can figure out what button it is. We have found a hall monitor badge. Okay, perhaps I could give that to Mrs. Puff for something, for some reason. Crud. Okay, I've McFallen, and now I have to work my way back up. Where does this take me? This takes me down to what? Oh crap! I'm all the way back down here. Okay, so this is starting to get a little bit not fun. Basically, this all is in reference. All this like riding around the Hooks stuff is in reference to the episode Hooks. I believe is just the name of it. I think it's just called Hooks, and it's a classic SpongeBob episode. If you've never seen it, then where are you? What are you doing? Have you ever watched SpongeBob before? If not, then you definitely should. I don't know how many people on Earth have never watched SpongeBob before. It seems kind of crazy, but you know, I'm sure there are people out there who've never seen an episode of SpongeBob. Obviously, in like America, I don't know. Obviously, there are people. Okay, there are definitely people out there that haven't like watched SpongeBob, because there are people out there who I'm sure have never watched the TV ever. But I think that most people in America who sit there watching their TV screens all the time, all day, probably have seen SpongeBob at least once, because it's just such a popular show. Like, if you watch TV, you've probably seen at least one episode of SpongeBob at some point in time. Like, even just a little segment of it. Even if it's just like a little segment of it. Where do okay, I go up here. See, I am falling. This is good that I'm sort of I'm sort of like figuring out where everything is, because now I'm falling and I'm starting to be able to realize, like, hey, this is where I fell to, this is where I go to get back up to the place I was, which is good. I'm starting to memorize, like, what the map looks like and all that. Now you all finally get to see, because you didn't really, Pokemon doesn't really showcase gaming abilities, it showcases more thinking abilities. And now you get to see, like, actually how I perform with a video game that requires, like, an actual video game that requires, skill and timing and, not falling. Unfortunately, that's something that's usually required in a platformer game, which I don't seem to be very good at. But yeah, basically what happens in the episode Hooks is that SpongeBob and Pat... Oh, that just kills me. That just takes up to fishing net and then I get caught. Okay, that's cool. So I was gonna say, like, why do I need to... Because I before I was riding up on Hooks and I, like, was like, what's the problem here? Like, why do I need to... What is the obstacle? What is the thing? What is the danger here? Because the ones that I'm riding, the ones that fall down, I get why I need to get off of them. But why do I need to get off of the ones that go up, is what I was wondering. But now I know. I needed to get off of them so that I didn't get dragged into the fishing net and insta-die. That didn't make sense that it would be an insta-kill. Because I was like, oh, I found a pair of pants, wonderful, I will lose them promptly, apparently. Yeah. I'm gonna get... Okay, seriously, man? I'm gonna blow a bubble at him. It's gonna miss. He's gonna blow a bubble at me. I'm gonna die. That's unfortunate. But he's not gonna hurt me. Yeah, he doesn't hurt me when he runs past me, when he's running away. Only the orange guy does that. Okay, this is where the red and yellow one comes down. It's like the red and yellow saddle looking one. But yeah, I do like how it looks like a saddle. A lot of them do look like fish, and then one of them has like the cheese for bait, which is funny, because there's a scene in the episode where Patrick just like sticks the hook in his mouth and takes the cheese, and then like, that just like takes it back out, which is funny because obviously it's like poking fun at bait, where it's like the fish are sort of too smart for the bait. Like Patrick is really dumb, but the bait just doesn't work on him even still, because he's like, it just goes to show like even the dumbest of these fish, the bait doesn't work on him, because the fish in general are just too smart for the bait. Oh my gosh, just stop falling, Alex. See, that's the thing about like early platformers, is that like you just have to jump, you know? It's like that simple. It's not like, oh yeah, just like you're like it's not like, oh, you get to correct yourself. It's like you're not gonna make the jump, you're not in like the proper orientation. It's fine, just like jump, like just spin in the air to give yourself like a little more height. It's like you can't like air stall or anything. It's like you either get the jump or you don't. You either make it or you don't with like early platformers. Like I think that I think that like later on they made like a lot of platformer games started introducing these movement options that made things, yes, at times more difficult because you had to like do more things, but also at other points just like a lot more forgiving, because oh my gosh, I just keep jumping too far on that. I'm supposed to be jumping on the red one, but I always overshoot the red one because like all the other ones are such a distance away from each other, all the other hooks, and that one just doesn't seem, and that one just isn't nearly as far away from the hook that I'm jumping from as the other hooks are from each other, so I just keep overshooting that. But yeah, like future platformers, obviously adding more movement options can make things harder, because it means that they can now make you make even more complicated jumps that don't require just like jumping. Now it requires like actual more than just jumping. Okay, so I did ride that up. I should not be riding that up. I should be jumping from there to the pink one. I should be jumping right off it like that before it even goes up. I don't even know where I am right now. Okay, I've just fallen an immense amount. I don't like how when I jump it like pulls on his face. Like, okay, that's funny, that's pulling on his face, but I don't like when it pulls on his face like that. The inside of his mouth turns completely white. That's sort of off-putting. But yeah, basically, the whole plot of the episode that they're referencing here with the hooks is that the episode is called Hooks, the episode itself, and is called Hooks, and basically, what happens in it is that Patrick takes SpongeBob to a group of fishing hooks, and he's like, the carnival's in town, and he's like telling SpongeBob to play on them and stuff, and SpongeBob's like, Patrick, this isn't a carnival, and then Patrick is like, yes it is, it's really fun, you should do it, and then meanwhile Mr. Krabs is like, the fishing hooks are bad, they drag you up to your death, and so basically, despite Mr. Krabs' warnings, SpongeBob continues to go with Patrick to play on the fishing hooks, and what happens is that he ends up he ends up getting caught on one of them, and then he goes running to Mr. Krabs because he's like, oh no, I'm being dragged by a fishing hook, help, I'm gonna die. And so basically, despite Mr. Krabs' warnings, he falls for Patrick's peer pressure and does something stupid with his friend, and he ends up apparently in massive danger. But then at the end of the episode, it's revealed that he wasn't actually caught by a fisherman's hook, rather he was caught by Squidward with a hook. He was never in any actual danger, it was just Mr. Krabs trying to teach him a lesson. So it's just this really, it's not only a really funny episode, but it's also like meaningful, because it's like, it also has like a good theme, good message to it, and that's that like, hey, listen to your elders, they know a lot better than you sometimes, and but also it sort of teaches a lesson to those older than you, which is like, don't get carried away. It's like teaching a lesson to children, like, hey, listen to your elders, but at the same time, SpongeBob has found Patrick's shorts. That's not what I meant to say. At the same time, it's teaching people a lesson, but also at the same time, SpongeBob has found Patrick's shorts. It's not exactly the lesson that I was going for, but hopefully that means that we are getting close to the oven knob. It's not a doorknob. I almost said doorknob. It's the wrong type of knob. But yeah, to children, it sort of teaches the lesson of like, hey, there are people older than you that know better, and you should probably listen to them. Is this the oven nub? You have found an oven nub. Yes. Okay, so hopefully this counts as a save point. I'd imagine it does because it teleported me back to the beginning, and you do get saved at the beginning of the stage. And if this doesn't, the level, the area. And if it doesn't save me, no, don't go to the carnival. Do not go to the carnival. No, stop going to the carnival. Fine, I'll go to the carnival. I'm immediately leaving the carnival. But yeah, it teaches... Basically, the whole thing about that episode that's really clever about it is that it teaches children, like, hey, you should listen to people who are older than you that have more experience, but also it teaches to the people who are older, it teaches don't get too carried away, because you see the episode and you're thinking, and you just sort of feel bad for SpongeBob at a point, because it's like, yes, Mr. Krabs is trying to teach him a lesson or whatever, like, don't mess around with the hooks, it's dangerous, but at the same time, he's also sort of using tough love on SpongeBob. He's teaching him a lesson in a way that, like, terrifies him and scars him. So it teaches that lesson of, like, hey, listen to your elders, but also to the elders, to people trying to teach the lessons. Don't get too carried away. Don't scar your children trying to teach them a lesson. So it is like this has like double meaning, which is good. And overall, just a funny episode. Like a lot of SpongeBob episodes. Maybe in the earlier seasons they did, but like nowadays, a lot of SpongeBob episodes don't really have like a whole lot of meaning. They're just kind of funny. Because you know, SpongeBob is like a comedy SpongeBob is like a very comedical show, and a lot of it is like a little bit of a low, like there's like a lot of lowbrow humor, but some of the episodes do actually have meaning. Much less in future seasons because modern SpongeBob is okay at best, and like from a writer standpoint. Oh wait, okay, Patrick, boy do I have a surprise for you. I got your pants. Thanks for finding my shorts, SpongeBob. No problem, Patrick. That's nice. Oh, I got Old Reliable! Okay. What do I do with that? I don't mean to be, like, rude or anything, but, like, what do I do with that? I appreciate the gift, but, like, what do I do with it, though? Okay, so now I just don't know what to do. Because I went all the way up there, and I just couldn't... Oh, Jellyfish Fields! Okay, here we go. Ammo for the net launcher! I still don't know how to use the net launcher. Broski, how do I use this? Ah, stop! Please! This guy's a pain in the butt. Die. Okay, I can get hit by the jellyfish. I didn't know. I imagine this just takes me back to, yeah, Sandy's Park. Crazy that Sandy just owns the park. Like, I know I've mentioned it before, but, like, obviously that's the park where they did, like, the Karate Choppers episode, I believe is what it's called, Karate Choppers. And they were just going around the park karate chopping everything, but I guess it makes sense if it's Sandy's Park why they would do that. Oh, I can crouch down and go into like this little hole. Does this actually take me anywhere interesting? Probably not, but you know what, maybe I should give the creators of this more credit, because it did actually seem to take me to something interesting. I'm sure it's only just like underwear, sorry, pants, but okay, he can still kill me while he's running away. So maybe I don't even want to hit him. Maybe I should just walk or like jump around him. Because now he's like still a huge hitbox that's like a pain in the neck to deal with. But now he's running. Now he's running around. So now he's a fast huge hitbox. It doesn't really do... Okay. He did actually off-screen himself, and so he despawned. So that's good. Because I was going to say, well now I just have a big huge hitbox to avoid that's like bouncing off the walls of the cave. Because he can't get out of the cave because he's too big. But you see that? How, like, his mouth just is, like, white with a black tongue? That's disturbing. Reminds me, honestly, of that one episode where, like, Ink Lemonade, where their mouths all just get, like, dyed black because of the Ink Lemonade. Obviously, a camping reference to that because that was a long time after this game was made. But I just jumping around, missing jumps left and right, not really knowing what to do here, so, oh, there's an urchin guy here, too. Obviously, in the actual show, urchins don't have a face, but, in this, they seem to. I don't know if I need to be going up this way. I don't know if it's, like, another portal that I need to get to. I saw ways up other ways, but then I tried to make jumps. I saw ways up in, like, other directions, but I tried to make jumps up those, and that didn't work, so I'm wondering if those are just decoys, and I can't actually go up any of those ways. I obviously did make it to here before, and I found a pair of pants, and that's cool and all. Like, where do I go from here? I can open 2 chests at once. You have found a hall monitor badge. I already found that. You found ammo for the net launcher. Sorry. I wonder if I'm gonna get to a point where I, like, need the net launcher, and then I'm gonna have to, like, literally, look up what to do with, how to, like, use it. Can I hit these urchins? Or do they just pop my bubbles? That would make sense. Too much sense. I'm sure it doesn't, I'm sure they can take damage to these. They cannot. Unless I'm, like, missing. I'm definitely not missing. They definitely just cannot take damage to those bubbles. So I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I guess I just have to, like, wait for him to, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, is he just gonna come, like, right back down the corridor? And, oh my gosh, this giant jellyfish. Let's kill him. And then hopefully, that enables me to get the freaking oven up. He did attack me. For a second, I was wondering if he was gonna actually, like, attack. But he does. He might, let's hope he's, like, a checkpoint, because that'd be convenient. I keep jumping into him. That's unfortunate. Yes, he has a checkpoint. Okay, so if I die in the boss battle, I just restart. I feel like I need to wait for him to stop, because my timing just isn't good enough to, like, get him while he's moving. Like, he stops when he shocks you. Well, he misses. Obviously there he didn't stop, because he didn't miss the shock. He actually hit me with it. So I'm just going to be running around so that I don't get hit with the shock. I actually just walked right into it. That did not work out very well. Probably just going to cut most of this out, because this is not that entertaining. Not really necessary for the video. Just see me dying over and over again. But let it be known, I did die quite a few times on this, even if, despite the fact that, I don't know how many of these are gonna get cut out, but I did die quite a few times, and I'm sure that I'm leaving this in, because otherwise why would I be talking about how many times I've died if I didn't expect people to hear this. So I'd probably leave this in, but I don't know how much else I'm taking out. I will probably take out a decent amount of this, just like edit out a decent amount, because it's not that entertaining. I gotta say, his little, like, tentacle, like, waving, like, little leg-waving tentacles are kind of hypnotic. This also does make me wonder just how many Spongebob games start with a boss fight against the jellyfish, because I understand that this is not, like, the start of it. Like, I'm not really at the start of the game, per se, anymore, but this is the first boss fight. I don't know if there are other boss fights in this game. This does kind of make me think there would be, because I don't see why there would be one boss fight, only one boss fight, especially if it was just this. Like, I feel like it would make sense. Like, okay, if your game has only one boss fight and it's the final boss, I kind of get it. But at the same time, but, like, if it's just, like, a simple boss like this, where it's, like, not that interesting, then I don't see why you would need that one boss fight, you know? It's like a random boss in some random level. Like, I don't get why your game would only have one boss. If your game just has random bosses and random levels, and it's not, like, an important thing, then I'd imagine that it would have multiple bosses. But, like, if it's just the final boss, then I get it. If there's only one boss and that's the final boss, then that's fair. Because obviously it needs to be, like, a climactic finish. But if it's just, like, one boss, and it's, like, a random boss, like, in just a random area, then that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. So, the fact that this boss is here, makes me think there will be other bosses. And then and obviously it would make sense if there was, like, a boss for every doorknob, but obviously I got the last one without fighting a boss, so that sort of confuses me a little bit. But, what happens now? He gives me the doorknob! Wonderful! That one was considerably easier than the last one. Just a little boss fight, not a big platforming segment that took me like 40 minutes. They're not gonna get me this time, Bubble Ass. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna hit you first. Oh, never mind. I won't hit you because I forgot what my attack button is. Frick! Kelpozoic Jungle. Here we are. Third area. Let's do it. Hopefully the hooks one continues to be the hardest, because if it gets harder than that, then I'm in trouble. Still don't understand why that was called Carnival. Oh, wait, never mind, I'm stupid. Because I'm like, this is not a carnival. And then there were hooks around, and I didn't make the connection that Patrick calls it the carnival. That Patrick thinks it's the carnival. I was like, this is not a carnival. Why are we here? Why does it say carnival? This is really just like the woods, like a woodsy area with plants that want to attack me. Why is this called the carnival? But it's called the carnival because there are hooks there. So Patrick would believe it's the carnival. Got it. Understood. Well, it's not necessarily where the hooks were located, in like a woodsy area. It's not necessarily where they were located in the episode. I suppose anywhere that has hooks would be considered a carnival by Patrick. So I suppose it works. Works as a name. Because I was really confused, but that does explain it. Yeah, I think that it's funny how, like, in Bikini Bottom, in Battle for Bikini Bottom, he, like, actually dies, but in this one he just sort of gets embarrassed and covers his privates, even though he doesn't have anything. It's, like, really nothing to cover. It's so funny how, like, it's so funny to me how, like, in cartoons, they always, like, get so embarrassed, and, like, cover themselves when they get naked, when in reality, like, there's nothing there, there's nothing to cover, you're all good. It's like, the animators didn't draw that stuff, so it's really nothing for you to cover up. I love the squished sprite, that's cool. I will say I do like the sprite work, because obviously the thing about, like, old games is that, like, a lot of times it's hard to get things across, and a lot of Game Boy games don't look too good. This one looks nice. This one definitely looks really nice. Because it's just like, I don't know, it has just enough detail, to the point where you can make out what everything is. It's like, I looked at Mermaid Man and I'm like, that's probably Mermaid Man. Is that Mermaid Man? Don't tell me that's Mermaid Man. But, like, it looked like a really wacky looking Mermaid Man. It's like, that is the Mermaid Man that haunts my nightmares. That is my sleep paralysis demon. But I could still make out that it's Mermaid Man. I know that some Game Boy games, it's like, oh yeah, this is made after this, and, like, you could barely, it's like, oh, the Shrek game or whatever, and you could barely tell it's Shrek, you know? Like, this is good, this looks good, this looks like Spongebob. I used to really have a lot of trouble with, like, games with bad graphics, and I feel like as I've grown up, I started to like a lot of games with bad graphics. Like, I feel like, I think that just, like, sort of comes with getting older, is, like, being able to appreciate older things. Because, like, it doesn't matter to me like it used to when I was a kid, you know? Like, if a movie is in black and white, or if a game has, like, if a movie is in black and white, it no longer really matters to me anymore if it's a good movie. Like, I'm sort of, like, as you get older, you sort of, like, develop like an idea of quality that goes like deeper than just how things look. And, like, I can watch friggin', like, when I was younger, I never would have watched Citizen Kane. I would have been like, oh, black and white movie, ew, it's old. But, like, now I can look at that and be like, oh yeah, one of the best movies ever made. Yeah, sure, I agree with that. I agree. I think it's very good. Like, I wouldn't have even given that crap a chance when I was younger. Just because, like, oh, black and white movie. I'd be like, oh, old, ew. But then, I feel like as you get older, I feel like you get, like, a sort of sense of there are other representations of quality besides how things look. And, like, and black and white movies are not bad movies. Games that are not very graphically impressive are not bad games. Like, there are other things that are admirable about media besides how it looks, and don't let that, and I don't think that, like, you should ever let that stand in the way of you, like, consuming media, just like how it looks. Like, obviously, video games with good graphics are nice, but it's not, like, a requirement to me. In my opinion, it's no longer, like, the requirement that it used to be. Like, I won't play a game if it looks graphically bad. Because really, why are you playing a video game? And if you answer, like, for the and, like, I doubt a lot of people answer for the graphics. I think that a lot of people play a video game because it's a video game. Like, you don't, like, if you're playing video games for the graphics, you might as well just watch a movie. Because, like, sorry, I know that sounds like a little bit harsh, but, like, really, if you want to just, like, if you want to have something that's pleasant to look at, then like, yeah, I won't, like, obviously, if you want your video game to be pleasant to look at, like, that's fine, but I don't think that the look of it should matter should matter to you nearly as much as the gameplay does. Like, if it looks bad, like, that's fine as long as it plays well, in my opinion. Like, gameplay is what matters, because that's why you're playing a video game. If you care so much about how something looks, then just watch a movie. Just look at that. Like, you can find a bunch of movies that look really good, I'm sure. And then it's like, oh wow, you're watching something and it looks really good, whatever. But, like, with a video game, like, if you want it to have good graphics, fine. But don't let that get in the way of you playing games with good gameplay just because you think like graphics are bad. Because video games are not just something to look at. The graphics don't matter as much as the gameplay does. It may not look very good, but is it fun to play, I think is like the number one thing. And if that's not your number one thing with video games, then I mean like, please explain to me why. Please explain to me your thought process, because I don't get it. I don't know if these guys hit me when they open their mouths. I'm just gonna go past them while their mouths are closed. This guy I can't hit with the bubble. That's unfortunate. Is he gonna follow me? He's gonna follow me. That's not good. Oh my gosh, I had to jump all the way back up here. I didn't know if I was gonna like hit the wall. Oh no. Oh no, okay. Got past that one. That urchin is gone, which means I should be able to walk here, no problem. Walk around here, yeah, perfect. No more urchin. Oh my gosh, what is happening? I want to see where this launches me. I don't want to get launched into an enemy. I kind of did. I don't like how few pairs of pants there are. Please tell me there's a checkpoint in there somewhere. There was not a checkpoint in there somewhere. Gosh darn it, man. At least I'm getting better at this part. Like, that is something that is very important when it comes to platforming. Just get the practice. Because the more you practice, the more you'll be able to get through before you start struggling again. Like, I may be struggling on this now, but I'm slowly getting better and better, and soon this part is going to be easy. And the next part is what I'm going to struggle on. Like, keep on practicing, so you don't have to struggle on the easy parts anymore. Because, like, I may be struggling on this right now, but I can accept, like, hey, this is easy. This is really not that hard compared to what else I have to do. Yeah, he's gonna fire at me. Yeah, he's gonna start firing. Even when I'm all the way down here. It's not gonna hit me. Right here. It may not. Oh, it's gonna hit me. Okay, freaking. I got up there without taking any damage. I don't like how the music sped up. I just noticed that the music speeds up when you are on just your underwear. If I don't have underwear, then I'm just dead. Then I'm just die of embarrassment. I think I die of embarrassment if that happens. That episode's funny. That's the episode where they try to prank everyone, Swim and Patrick, and that's like the final episode of season 3. I think that's a really interesting thing that I think that's really interesting, by the way. That like the last episode was supposed to be like I don't know what it was called, but like the prank episode where they get like the invisible spray. But I guess like it does sort of make sense that that'd be the last episode, because he says like, I think I die of embarrassment if that happens, and then it happens. Basically, if you've never seen the episode, basically Patrick and Spongebob go around pretending, go around like with invisible spray, like they get invisible spray from a prank shop, and then they go around pretending to be ghosts and spooking the entirety of Bikini Bottom. And what's interesting about the episode is that it was the last episode of Season 3, and Season 3 was planned to be the last season, before Nickelodeon said, no, we want more. But, yeah, it is kind of interesting that, like, not only was that the finale of a season, because it's not really what you'd, like, figure would be, like, because for a lot of shows, season finales are, like, super intense and super hype and stuff. But, like, for SpongeBob, I don't think it matters as much. It's, like, it's whatever. Like, every episode is just, like, the same as any other episode. It's like they're all just funny, and like season finales aren't really any better than any other episodes, because all episodes of SpongeBob are just good. Like, they don't really, it doesn't really make sense. Like, hype SpongeBob episodes don't really exist. Like, there aren't ones that like generate hype in like the usual way that you consider like finales would generate hype. Season finales. But like, it is still a good season finale. It's just like there are other season 3 episodes that are better. But yeah, I didn't get hit by that, which surprises me. Can these guys actually hit me? You know what, for science. Okay, yes, if they open their mouth while I'm on them, they eat me and then spit me out, like Kirby. They are pink like Kirby. Maybe there's something there. Or maybe I'm just like literally too much of a Nintendo fan. Probably that. Probably the latter. Can I actually kill these? I didn't think about that. Can I kill these? Maybe I tried already and I'm just forgetting that I tried. But can I kill this guy? We'll see. If I can actually hit him, then we'll see if that kills him. But step one is just like, step one of figuring out if I can kill him is actually hitting him. Yeah, I mean, if I can kill them, I don't see how useful it is, because it's clearly really difficult if I can do it. Please walk into the bubble. I don't think I can kill him. I think that would have... Yeah, that would have hit him. One of those would have hit him if I could kill him. If I could hit him, then one of those would have. But neither of those did, so I'm just going to assume that I cannot kill him. I'm stuck in the wall. Okay, fair enough. You know, old games, am I right? This guy, we're just gonna dodge him real quick. Perfecto. We're gonna dodge these clams. Wait for his mouth to close. Wait for his mouth to close. Actually, step on this just to get me a little closer before I... There we go. Okay, over him. Perfecto. Please, nothing that can kill me super easily. That counts as something that can kill me super easily! It can't be much farther, right? It can't be much farther before I get a checkpoint, certainly. Making progress. That is the farthest we've gotten so far. We just know. Could not jump up there without riding that one to the side. Short hop. Short hop. I play platform fighters. I know how to short hop. Ah, crap. Don't even need that. Don't even need that. Why am I even doing that? Why am I doing that? Just go up here. You know what? At this point, just kill me. Yeah. Just kill me. I don't want to do that next part with just the underwear. Oh my fudge, man. Fudge. Starting to get a little tilted. But I feel, a considerable amount of patience. I think I am quite patient with video games. I don't think a lot of video games can make me rage. So I may be getting a little tilted, but it's not anything huge. I'm fine for now. It's gonna take a little bit more than that to get me saying some like mean things. Sort of just like in oh come on mode. Like not super mad yet, just sort of like confused as to why this is taking so long. But not mad. I'm not mad yet. I may get there, we'll see. May need to take a little break. Maybe eat some like, I don't know, what's in my house right now? What food? What food do we have? What little snack foods? What little means of coping? What little coping mechanisms do we have in my house? Little things to stress eat. I mean, do you have chips? I don't think we have chips. I don't think we have chips. I think we finished the chips. Why do I feel like we have, like, no snacks at my house currently? What I do absolutely need is some water pretty soon, because my throat is starting to feel how long this recording session has been. I struggle with the hour-long ones with Pokemon when it goes, like, when we have to do, like, an hour power. This is considerably longer. I don't know how people, like, how streamers, like, sit there and stream for hours. Like, it's freaking crazy. Like, 12-hour live stream must be nuts. Like, obviously you get tired or whatever. Like, that's fine. Staying up for 12 hours sounds, like, easy. You literally do it. Like, you literally do it every day. The standard day of you like waking up. Like, okay, standard day is like over 12 hours long. Like you wake up at 7 and you do not go to sleep at. If you wake up at 7, you do not go to sleep at 7. Standard human day is more than 12 hours. Like obviously a human can stay awake more than 12 hours. And like I can see how 12 hours of playing video games might get a little bit tiring. But really, the big thing about a 12-hour live stream, which sounds absolutely painful, is just like keeping up the commentary. Because I'd imagine that really stresses out your voice. Oh, okay. That was a little strange. Up we go. Got hit by another enemy. I thought that I was dead there, but I was not. Oh, burp. Got up there real fast. Did take damage in the process. I don't think I've ever gotten through that part so far without taking damage. Go over him. Perfect. Drop down here. And this one's gonna come. And we're gonna go over him too. Perfect. We're gonna drop down here. You're gonna see the shell. It's clam. We're gonna go past him. Gonna wait for him to open. Then he's gonna close. And then while he's closed, we're gonna go. It's all timing. It's all timing. It's all dying. It's all timing, and it's all fatal. It's like, where are we right now? I guess, like, this is like a canopy of kelp. This is like a kelp forest, right? So it's like that one episode where they do like the club. It's like, they have like the magic conch club thing. All hella magic conch and whatever. Squidward, you can't join the club. You won't fit in. See, we told you you wouldn't. What? We told you wouldn't fit in. It's just like cramped into the tiny, like tiny like house thing, like tiny little tree house. It's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I was talking before about the final episode of Season 3 of Spongebob, which is like the prank episode. And the episode ends with, basically they spend the entire episode just going around pranking all the Bikini Bottom, making them think there's like a ghost in the town, making them think there's like ghosts of the town. They become like the ghosts, they become known as like the ghosts of Bikini Bottom. They get newspaper coverage and all that because everyone is terrified. And they're just walking around pranking the entire town with this invisible spray. And what happens is that Mr. Krabs is like super superstitious, I guess, and so he knows how to, and so he's like he thinks he's like ready for the ghosts or whatever, and then basically they start tormenting him like extra hard because they like want him. They want to like, because he's like, I got the ghost handled. I'm not scared of no ghosts. It's like Ghostbusters mode. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. And they're like, oh, he's not afraid of ghosts, huh? And so they want to like prank him extra hard. And what happens is they get a little too carried away and they try to burn a dollar. I don't remember the significance of the dollar. It might have been like one of his first dollars. I don't really know. But they try to burn a dollar. It could have just been a dollar because Mr. Krabs is crazy like that, and he would just fret over a random dollar. But yeah, they like burn a dollar, they try to burn a dollar, and then they end up just like they get a little too carried away trying to burn a dollar, and then what happens is that I don't remember if he does it, but if Mr. Krabs is responsible, I don't remember quite how it happens, but what happens basically is that they end up getting the invisible spray washed off of them, and it is revealed to Mr. Krabs that they are SpongeBob and Patrick, and then he's like super angry, and then they think he's gonna be like super angry at them, and then he's like, nah boys, it's all good fun, or whatever, and he realizes that he's like, oh yeah, it's just a prank, I get it, it's all harmless tomfoolery, or whatever, and so then he's like, oh, you better go home before people see you nude, because they lost their clothes. They tried to spray it on their clothes, I think. And then, I think they accidentally sprayed it on their clothes, actually. And so they couldn't find their clothes. and so they ended up being naked while invisible, but obviously it didn't matter that they were naked because they were invisible, so no one could see that they were naked anyway. But yeah, then they're like naked, and like visibly naked, because the invisibility spray had been washed off of them. And so then Mr. Krabs is like, oh, you better walk home you better get home quick before anyone sees you nude. And then SpongeBob goes like, oh yeah, I think I'd die of embarrassment if that happened. And then they walk out of the bathroom where they're tormenting Mr. Krabs, and then Mr. Krabs has this giant, oh my gosh, I can't get around this guy. Mr. Krabs has this giant spotlight shining on them, and he's like, live nudes, live entertainment, starring the Bikini Bottom Ghosts. And then SpongeBob goes, Patrick? And Patrick goes, yeah. We should have bought the whoopee cushion! It's really funny. I don't know how to get around this guy. This guy's giving me trouble. I don't know how to get around him without taking any damage. Like that. Like that, apparently. Okay. Not that way. Do we get any underwear yet? Do I get any healing yet? Do I get a checkpoint? Do I get something? Please. I've been doing this for ages. Okay. Underwear. Found a fresh pair of pants. Not underwear. Not underwear. Pants. Sorry. Played too much Battle for Bikini Bottom. I might play that later today too. Because I'm still working on getting all those shiny objects to get into the cinema. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die again. I'm gonna die again. It's chill. I'm just jumping around. I'm just missing all my jumps. Just jumping around like crazy. Trying to not die. Oh, I died. Okay, this is gonna put me back at the beginning, isn't it? Yes, it is. Frick. Okay. Progress. How am I gonna be upset with progress? Like, yeah? We died. We died again. Whatever. That's good. That's okay. That's fine. What's important is that we made progress. What even are these things, by the way? Like, what are these things flying through the air right now? Wish that I did not take damage there. I think I got past the hard part without taking damage, and then I took damage there, and then I died there. That's unfortunate. But I can just go not do that whole bubble platforming segment. I can't skip these other bubble platforms, but I can skip that one. Please get me up there. Thank you. No damage sustained on the way up the first... No, okay. I say that, and then I take damage. Silly me. Spoke too soon. Will this be the first time y'all see Alex rage? Will this be your first peek into Alex rage mode? I don't think so. However, I'm starting to feel it, which is definitely not... I was not expecting to feel it so quick. But I guess just like the lack of checkpoints is making me like, dang, this is unfair. Like, I think, like, I'm fine with losing or whatever for a couple hours. But just like losing when it's unfair, when I feel things are unfair, is like a whole other thing. Like, I'm willing to accept often that, like, I'm bad at this game, and that is why this is taking so long. I'm willing to accept that. But when I don't think I'm responsible for all these deaths, then that starts to make me upset. Then it starts to make me a little bit angry. And so, I guess I am mostly responsible for these deaths. I don't really know why. I'm getting a little tilted here, but I am. I will admit, I'm getting a little bit tilted here. What's hard about this part is that all the other ones you can sort of like duck under, but this guy you cannot. This guy is too close to the platform. Ooh, okay, that is... You can hear the anger starting to come through. I'm fine. I'm all good. It's all dandy. You know what? Kill me, because I'm in a bad spot anyway. But when it comes to SpongeBob, I think that, I say my favorite episode is probably the camping episode. It's classic. Love it. I am a big fan of, like, the special episodes later on in the show. And I know that some people are not, and I frankly don't get it. People think that, like, Season 6 and Season 7 are really bad, but I think that Season 7 had some bangers. I don't really remember a lot of Season 6. I know that Season 7 had a few of those, like, special episodes. I just, like, a little bit of creativity. I think it's cool how creative some of those special episodes were. Like that Arctic snail race was like a really cool idea. It's like maybe not the most well thought out episode. Maybe not as much like heart as like past seasons episodes. But at least you could say like, hey, it doesn't have like that same charm to it as like previous episodes, like earlier in the series. But at least you can say like, this is a unique idea. It's like they thought about it. They came up with something interesting to watch. It's just like, I also just love like the contrast of like the animation that they used for the abominable like squid, because they made like an abominable snow monster that was like a squid, and I think that's really cool that he's like 3D animated while they're like 2D animated. It really makes him like more monstrous and it makes the whole thing more intense. And like the fact that he has like 3 tongues that are like tentacles that like act like tentacles is just like, he's just a really cool design. He's really cool design. I like that he's 3D animated. It really draws attention to just how like different he is from everything else. And the joke, and like obviously it's just potty humor, but when Mr. Krabs is like, when someone is like, how did you and your crew get out? And Mr. Krabs is like, oh, it's not bravery that got us out. It's just we had to let nature take its course. I know it's just like stupid potty humor, but that crap's funny. Like, it's just like, can you imagine a naval officer being like, well, we were swallowed by a great beast, and then we had to wait to be pooped out. It's just funny. Like considering Mr. Krabs' personality and how epic the rest of the story is, it's like such a stark contrast to be like, well, we had to let nature take its course. I love like the Western episode where it's like Spongebob and Deadeye Gulch. I think that's really cool. And then like obviously the medieval episode I feel like is the best example of that, where people like really like that special. At least I did. Like the whole thing of like Planktonomore, the wizard, and the dragon loves Krabby Patties. Like that's good. That's really funny. This is like hammering home that like Krabby Patties are the solution to everything. And I think that like, while it does get kind of predictable, like, oh yeah, they're just gonna throw a Krabby Patty at the problem and then it'll solve it, it's still funny to an extent, like just how many things get solved by Krabby Patties. It's like, oh yeah, Pearl is having a growth spurt and Mr. Krabs is rushing out to get food, and then SpongeBob was like, don't worry, I'll just make her a Krabby Patty. And then that did it. It's like, yeah, of course, why wouldn't it? It's a Krabby Patty. These things have basically like magical properties at this point. Yeah, we are now back to this part, which is one of the farthest parts we've gotten to. We get a pair of pants here. That's nice. That's great. Wonderful. We gotta wait for this guy to give us some space to come down. He is not giving us the space that we need. We can go through. Oh my gosh, there's a freaking urchin there. Everything wants to kill me. I suppose isn't surprising. It's a platformer game. Usually how platformers are. And we're back here. Oh my gosh, all these freaking enemies, man. There are so many of them. Jump up here, and then we're gonna get hit by that guy, of course, because that guy always is just waiting for us to spit out his stupid blue balls at us and then kill us. You like kind of come to expect it. It's like, oh yeah, of course they feed the dragon a Krabby Patty and everything, and then he like joins their side. But at the same time, it's still like, it's still funny. It is just, it's like, yeah, it's predictable at this point that would be the answer, but that doesn't make it any less funny. If anything, it makes it more funny that like this just keeps being the answer to so many things. It's like literally, you got a problem? Have you tried a Krabby Patty? Isn't that what they did for Sandy too early in the episode? They had like the Black Knight version of Sandy, and then SpongeBob like basically killed her, and then he had her smell a Krabby Patty, and then she was like all better. maybe that was a different episode where they had someone smell a Krabby Patty. No, Plankton definitely. Okay, yeah. SpongeBob had Sandy smell a Krabby Patty that one time that she ate Chum. I think that was a thing. I think that like one of the times where I was super upset with modern SpongeBob is when they advertised that one. They advertised a like if you've ever if y'all are aware of the. I don't know if y'all are aware of like the ship in a bottle episode. But basically there is an episode where the plot is about like Sandy wanting to win a ship in a bottle contest. And so she teams up with Mr. Krabs, who teaches her the art of making a ship in a bottle, and then ends up like double crossing her and taking the prize all for him, taking the bottle. Taking the ship in a bottle, and turning Sandy's tree dome turning Sandy's tree into a ship, and her tree dome into a bottle, which holds the ship. And so basically, he just takes her house, and in order to get the prize all for himself, in order to submit it to the contest and get the prize all for himself. And the way that they advertised this episode, like obviously. It was an enjoyable episode. It wasn't bad. And like I know like a lot of people tend to really critique modern SpongeBob. I don't. I think there are some good modern SpongeBob episodes. At times I'm really upset with modern SpongeBob. At times I'm like, why on earth did they do that? But otherwise I don't really critique modern SpongeBob that badly. Because like I get that modern SpongeBob isn't anywhere near as good as like old SpongeBob. But some of the episodes are genuinely very entertaining. And they're yes, it's very different from what SpongeBob used to be, but that doesn't mean it's bad per se. Mind you, some of the modern seasons have been really bad, but other episodes, I can say a couple episodes that I think were really enjoyable in modern SpongeBob. I could name a few, but one time that I was very upset with modern SpongeBob is when they were was after seeing this episode. Because the episode in and of itself is not bad. It was entertaining. It was funny, it was entertaining. It's really interesting to see like the dynamic between Mr. Krabs and Sandy, because they don't use that very often in SpongeBob. They don't do a lot of episodes where Mr. Krabs and Sandy are like interacting with each other, and it's nice to see them expand upon that dynamic. But the way that so the episode itself was great. It was pretty darn good. But the issue with the episode is not the episode itself, but how it was advertised. That had me fuming. It made me so angry. It made me very upset, because how they advertised the episode was they said Plankton finally gets the secret formula, which is not what the episode is. And they said Plankton finally gets the secret formula, and they showed SpongeBob taking like a series of transportation, taking a series of means of transportation, like a gondola, to a ship, to a plane, to a ski lift, in order to get to a big castle where Plankton is. The big castle in the shape of Plankton. It's like, wow, that looks really cool. So it's gonna be an episode. So you think like, oh, it's gonna be an episode about SpongeBob going on this journey to get the secret formula back after Plankton finally steals it. And that would have been great. And what the episode actually turned out being was pretty great. What's so infuriating, though, is that the episode was not at all what was advertised. They used one clip from the episode as the entire episode. They used one throwaway gag to advertise the entire episode. Because Sandy asks SpongeBob for a bottle, he gives her the bottle for the secret formula, and throws the secret formula away. Plankton gets it. SpongeBob takes all these means of transportation, goes to Plankton, gets it back. That's it. And they used that to advertise the entire episode. like, Plankton finally gets the formula, and they showed this as the clip to advertise the episode, without even letting on what the episode was actually about. I'm not upset, so, like, I'm not upset with the episode itself, I'm just upset that I essentially felt clickbaited when I watched the episode, because the only advertising they showed of the episode was a throwaway joke. Was from a silly throwaway joke that gave you no hint towards what the episode was actually about. If anything, it confused you, making you think the episode was about something, actively making you think the episode was about something else. And why did they do this? Why did they do this? Because they knew that's what people would want to see. That's why. They wanted to see Plankton get the students. They knew people wanted to see Plankton get the secret formula. They knew people wanted to see SpongeBob going to a castle made by Plankton and like traversing it in order to get it back, because that would have been cool. However, that is not what the episode was about at all. And I'm not saying that the episode was bad. I thought it was a pretty good episode. I just wish it hadn't been advertised in a way that was so misleading. So we make our way past this guy. We close to his mouth. It's time to go. Freaking checkpoint, please. Checkpoint, please. Oh my god, I'm getting so nervous because I'm afraid I'm gonna die at this part again. And I might. And I literally might. It's not hard. This is not a hard part. I just get stressed and I want to rush it. Because I want to get out of here as soon as possible. So nerve-wracking. It just goes on for so long. It's so nerve-wracking. Go through. That's a checkpoint. That better be a checkpoint. That better be a freaking checkpoint. If I die here and I have to do all that again, I will be upset. I will be upset, not gonna lie. I have to scratch my eye. My eye is itchy. Hold on. It better give me a checkpoint. Because now I know I'm gonna die. Okay. So I'm dead. Let's hope that I don't have to do all that again. Thank goodness. I don't really know where I'm going here. That's one thing I will say about this game, is that I never really feel like I know where I'm going. I'm just sort of like jumping around from platform to platform. And I don't really know which way I'm supposed to be headed. Like, just like a couple arrows or something would be nice. Like, you know, they have that in a lot of Mario games. I don't know if it's like early Mario games, because I know it's in Mario Maker that you can put down arrows, and I don't know if like those arrows were in the original game or they're just available in those older games, older styles, game styles, because they're just like, because it has to have all the stuff the newer styles do. But yeah, those definitely are in some Mario games, just like arrows. And that part really is giving me trouble. Because that one guy is like perfectly synced with the platform. It's like when the platform is going towards me, he's also going towards me, so then I just can't get on the platform because he's over it. He's gonna come over, like right on top of the platform. Gonna be a pain in the butt. Wait a minute, no he's not. He's desynced from the platform. That's good, fantastic, okay. We got through. We did take a little bit of damage, so that's not ideal. But oh my gosh, there's another one. This is nutty. These guys are so annoying. I didn't even realize it before, but they are literally reskinned versions of like those red clams from earlier. They have that exact same behavior. Also, where even was I in that? Like, at first I thought those clams were like demon clams, because I thought I'd like fallen into the underworld or something. Because Mr. Krabs was like, oh yeah, the Flying Dutchman's underworld or whatever, and I thought that's where I was. And like maybe that was kind of where I was, and maybe I just need to go back there later. I was there in the Flying Dutchman's underworld, but I didn't get all the stuff I needed to, so I'm gonna have to go back there later. Maybe that was the Flying Dutchman's underworld? It kind of felt like it. I mean, everything was like, we were obviously underground, and there were red clams, and red is usually like a very demon-y thing, demon-y color, evil color. So I mean, maybe they are demon clams, but upon further examination, nothing else about them really looked demonic. So I'm guessing that they were just like red clams, and but like, why would clams be underground if they weren't like evil underworld clams? Also, it does make me it is sort of like strange to me how there's only one like big hole in SpongeBob. Like, you see that on like the top left of him? There's like that one hole, and like there are other holes on him, but they're all like one they're all just like 1 pixel. So a bunch of 1 pixel holes on him, and like 4 pixel holes. And then you got like that big like 7 pixel hole, I think. Not 7. It doesn't look like it's an odd number of pixels. Look at me counting pixels to make sure I'm getting an accurate measurement. Okay, here we go. Able to get past that guy, finally, without taking damage. This guy's gonna come over. We can duck under him, that's great. Will I get more health? No, I will get more ammo. Still don't know how to use the ammo. What is happening here? How do I beat this guy? I don't know. What I do know is that with the jellyfish fight before I got a checkpoint. So hopefully with this I will also get a checkpoint. This is ammo for the net launcher. Still don't know how to use the net launcher. Hopefully it's not required of me to use the net launcher for this. I'm not seeing an opportunity to attack. I'm just gonna keep jumping around for a little bit until like he gives me an opportunity to attack, and if he doesn't soon, then I'm gonna assume that I have to do something. I don't think they make you jump around and dodge for this long without him giving me an opportunity to attack, so I don't think he gives me an opportunity to attack. Like, if he gives you an opportunity to attack, I think they would have given it to me by now. So I'm gonna blow a bubble. That didn't hit him. Blow another bubble. Still didn't hit him. Gotta work on my aim here. That one should hit him. Yes, okay, that hit him. He did seem to, he is reacting. I don't know if that damaged him, or if that was just like the start of damaging him. I don't know if I need to like, do anything from there. That's 3 hits. According to Nintendo rules, he should be dead by now. Am I supposed to be doing something? Because he's taking like a lot of hits. I don't know if that's just like because he's supposed to be tough or whatever. Or am I jumping on him? Like, I don't know what I'm doing with him. He seems to be taking a bunch of hits, and he seems to be like doing the same animation. Like, there is no sign that I'm actually like doing any damage to him. At this point, I've hit him 6 times with the bubble, and it's still not really doing anything. If I just... I thought I was going to hit him again with that angle. Is he going to die now? I have to jump on his head or something. I have to hit him again with the bubble. Because he's just not dying. Like, I feel like if I was doing actual damage, he would have died by now, but he's just not going down. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. It would help if... Oh, do I need the net launcher? Is that what's happening here? I think I need to hit him with the net launcher. Hold on. Spongebob... lost spatula. How to use net launcher.
A few minutes later.
Oh, is this a net launcher? I see. Understood. Task understood. Got it. Thanks, Google, for not helping at all. I mean, I suppose it's an old game. Never noticed the equip item button. So this is the bubble. I was wondering, because I was like, why is that there? Why does it always say infinite? You know, it says like, it's giving me like, there's like an ammo thing at the bottom of the screen, but it always shows infinite, so why is it even there? It's not there for the bubbles, it's for... Okay, so I have to knock him down, and then hit him with the thing. So let's go to this menu, equip item, this one, and then like this. Nope, that's, boom, did not work. Okay, let's try again. Google told me to like catch him in a net, and I don't know if that means net launcher or just net. Equip item, net launcher. I am looking for results. Get in. That did not work. Okay. Is there a way to like quick switch weapons? Because this seems like really obnoxious to do. Item. This one. And then go for net. This is from Patrick, yeah? It's not working? I don't think I'm getting it. Item. Unless I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but it's just not working yet because I'm not that far. Oh wait, got him! Now what? Oh, he's just... Okay. Wow, that was easy. See, once I know what I'm actually doing, it's easy. It's like, how I picked this up. Anyway, 3 out of 4 oven knobs obtained. Let's go. Can I talk to you now, Mr. Puff, since I have like SpongeBob, class is over, go away. What if I talk to you again? Okay. Class is still over, and I should still go away. Understood. Muscle Beach? No. Can't take that to the desert. Can I take this to the desert? That's Sandy's Park. It's Sandy's Park. Let's see. Oh yeah, that takes me over to, yeah, Sandy's Park. I guess Sandy lives, like, near that park, so it's considered her park. I didn't know Sandy lived near that park. I mean, I suppose it would make sense because she and SpongeBob go there in that episode. Yeah, in case you don't, if you're not aware, of that episode, Karate Choppers, it's really funny. It's about, like, SpongeBob's addiction to karate, and, like, it's basically, like, the whole thing of the episode is that karate is supposed to, like, work as a stand-in for, like, drugs, and, like, SpongeBob is an absolute addict for karate. Anyway, I don't really know where I'm going, so I'm gonna look this up on Google. Apparently, I do want to be an outer thing. Outer Bikini Bottom, I guess. Outer Town is where I want to be. Bro, these buff dudes, man. Like, buff dudes and fat dudes, both out to get me. You got Bubble Bass and these muscle heads. Like, both are, whether buff or fat, all people in Bikini Bottom, all these fish in Bikini Bottom seem to agree on one thing. They want SpongeBob dead. Will this take me to Outer Town? This will take me to Outer Town. Good. But how do I get to it from here? Because I thought I tried to go close until you get the spatula. But I get what spatula?
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Bro, what? I'm literally doing exactly what this guy's doing. I walk past Pearl, and then there should be a sign. Then I go for that sign. Oh, close until you get the spatula. What spatula?
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting, and they had to hire a new one.
Okay. So basically, what I was able to find is that the spatula is located somewhere in the Lagoon. I wasn't able to... Obviously, I could look at the video. I found a walkthrough, and I could look at the video more in depth to actually figure out where in the Lagoon it is, but where's the fun in that? I also saw that I missed out on a pair of spring shoes in Goo Lagoon as well, so I guess I just missed a bunch of stuff here. I don't know how that is, because I felt like I explored that cave pretty thoroughly. And apparently that cave where all those annoying red clams were, is where the spring shoes are located. And I don't know what the spring shoes are for, but clearly to get... Don't run my way, thank you. Clearly to get into... Stupid red clams. Clearly to get to the undersea desert, I have to get the spatula first. And what I saw upon researching the game a little bit was that Mr. Krabs also gives you a spatula if you give him money. And I don't know where you get the money from, so I'm not necessarily sure how to get that spatula. However, apparently there is another spatula, which is just called spatula. He gives you like the hydraulic spatula, apparently. But you can just get a regular old spatula from Goo Lagoon. And and it did just say to get to the undersea desert, to go this way, road is closed, you need spatula. So I don't know why you need a spatula for the undersea desert, but apparently you do. So I will have to go get that. I don't remember necessarily how I got to... Oh, okay, wait. I think it's here. That's where the spatula was. Okay, I found the spatula. Very simple. I am going to see if I can get the spring shoes while I'm here, just because I don't want to miss out on them while I have the opportunity to get them. Like, while I'm here, I might as well, just because I don't know if I'll need them. What is going on here, by the way? This guy's just, like, standing on bubble platforms. Like, just random macho dude standing on bubble platforms. It's like, I don't know how good bubbles are at carrying weight. But, like, I'm sure they can carry my weight. But you're, like, all muscle. Muscle weighs even more than fat, dude. Like, how are you standing on those bubbles? I don't really remember how I got to that cave at the beginning of the game. But I would need to get back there as the video showed me. So hopefully, I can figure it out. That's an April Fool's chest. One of these chests over here gives me underwear, I remember. This one also April Fool's? This one's also April Fool's. Obviously, a reference to the classic April Fool's episode of Spongebob, in which SpongeBob play epic pranks Squidward at the end because he makes Squidward feel really like upset because he thinks that like he pranked SpongeBob too hard because he set up like this whole basically like Rube Goldberg machine type of crap where it's just like one long process that ends in SpongeBob's misery. And like he did get a little carried away, my guy Squidward, but like it is April Fool's Day and SpongeBob seems to love April Fool's jokes. So at the same time, it's like, why is this a problem? Like, I know that it was kind of mean what Squidward did, but at the same time, SpongeBob is such a big fan of April Fool's jokes. I don't think that like Squidward. I empathize with Squidward here because I don't think that like there's a reason. Like, I don't feel like he's the bad guy here for getting a little too carried away with the April Fool's joke. He's just like, it was a bad decision. It's kind of messed up what he ended up doing to SpongeBob because he like shoved him through he like covered him in powder and like shoved him through a guy's butt, with, like because he got like attached to a rope and then it like took him like sent him bouncing all around the Krusty Krab. It's like, yeah, it's kind of messed up, but like SpongeBob does love April Fool's jokes, and like it doesn't make sense to me that at the end like the whole like plot twist at the end where he was like pranking Squidward and he actually wasn't like all upset at Squidward. He was just doing that as a prank. Like, that doesn't make sense to me because SpongeBob is just like, so he loves jokes. He loves pranks of all kinds. Like, obviously, as we saw like in a later episode of the series, the episode in which there's an episode like the Gal Palace episode where Mrs. Puff and Sandy and Karen go around pranking people in order to like make themselves feel better about like their cruddy lives or whatever. Basically, in that episode, Mrs. Puff gives SpongeBob a driver's license, and, like, well, does not give SpongeBob a driver's license. She pranks him. She, like, they put him in a shopping cart while he's sleeping and make him think he's driving. I don't remember how to get to the place where the spring shoes would be, and, but I really don't want to go on without them in case I need them, because this was such a hassle to figure out, like, oh, where am I supposed to go? Because I could have avoided this if I just, like, got that spatula in the first place. So, like, if I could have just avoided all that hassle if I just got the spatula, so I kind of want to just get the spring shoes while I'm here. Okay, so after looking at the walkthrough, I'm gonna explode. Not, like, literally, of course, because I'm not loaded with gunpowder. I'm not a creeper from Minecraft. I'm not gonna, like, actually explode. But I'm gonna, like, emotionally explode. I'm a little mad. Thank goodness I could just, like, hop over this water. This feels like something from like right out of Mario with like the quicksand, which will like just keep hopping and you'll be fine. Just keep jumping out of it, and you'll never die in it. I wonder if my entire body goes under, if I die, or if it would like, let's experiment. Okay, yeah. If my entire body goes into the water, I die. If I don't, okay. So yeah, for some reason, oh wait, my entire body's in the water. I'm not dead. Okay. So there's like a leniency to it. So if your entire body goes into the water, you're not necessarily dead, but if it goes down to a certain point, which is like right around, like just a little bit further down, then you die. But like you don't have until you go off the screen. Like there is no real bottom. Like it's not like because in other games like in Smash Bros, if you're drowning in the water, then you won't die until you actually like reach the blast zone. In this, you fall down, you go down into the water a little bit, but you die before you get off screen. So it's not like that. Okay, so basically, what I have to do in order to get back to that place, assuming that I still can, I don't really know if I still can. If I can't now, then that's a bummer, and that's just bad game design, because you should always be able to like go back to places at some point, like especially if there's like a key item there. But yeah, hopefully I can get back there, and if I can't get back there, then hopefully the spring shoes just aren't needed, because then I hate to just, like, be soft locked. It's like, oh, you didn't get the spring shoes while you had access to the location? Too bad. But yeah, basically they were down in that cave where I began the game with those clams that I spent like 40 minutes trying to avoid. Little did I know, you could just use the spatula on them. It's actually very easy to kill them. So, I'm gonna scream. Okay, I'm gonna like follow this guy's exact movements just to make sure that if there is the anchor there and I can go back down there, that I do take the right path to get there. But I'm pretty sure I just can't at this point. Don't know why that would be. Sounds like bad game design to me. But, it doesn't seem like I can. Color is really all subjective. Like, It's like in Matilda, you know, where she's like, I have no way of knowing if the red in my head is the same as the red in your head. It's like, that's one lyric in like the song that I think is called Quiet is the song. It's a very obscure reference. I mean, I guess it's Matilda, so like if you know theater, then you know that reference probably, because like Matilda's pretty iconic, but like... Okay, so I'm following him pretty closely here. Just make sure. So I hit the chest. Where is he? He has just reached the chest. He's gonna open up that chest. He's gonna get pants out of it. I also got pants out of it. Following him very closely. And then he's going to take this. It's going to lead him right to an anchor. But will it lead me right to an anchor? I don't think it did last time. Unless I'm like on a completely different platform than I was last time. It just happens to look the same. I don't think this will take me to an anchor. I don't think I can get back down there. I think I'm just locked out of the spring shoes now. Bro, if I get to the end of this game and it's like, you need the spring shoes, and I'm just like, well, I can't get the spring shoes, and I'm just like soft locked, I'm done. I'm gonna be so angry. Can you imagine that they just like didn't think that? Yeah, there's no anchor here. So I just cannot get spring shoes, I guess, anymore. I guess I no longer have access to them. Maybe that the game is designed that way. Maybe it's just like, well, if you get them, it's like a secret thing that you can get, and if you don't get them, then you miss out on them forever, or like they're not required. Hopefully that's how it is, because like I don't need them. It would have been nice to have them, obviously, to have like more jump, but I haven't needed them really so far. But, oh, okay, there's buff dudes in the desert too. Sandy said something about losing a hat in the desert, so I don't know if I have to get that. I don't know if that's required. There's some tumbleweeds around. It's like the Krusty Krab Pizza episode. So these guys, this one is high enough up with where I can just crouch under it. But like in that desert, in that cave before, I could not. Which is like, and like I just thought that I had to avoid them, but apparently I could have used the net the whole time. I'm just a stupid dumb idiot who didn't realize that there were other items besides the bubble wand. See, this, I feel like I'd just be able to get up there if I had the spring shoes. Like, I feel like that's a bonus thing that is unobtainable now that I don't have the spring shoes. Oh my gosh, there are so many of them! Okay. Considering how many of them there are, and how few other enemies there are in this place, I think that I should enable the jellyfish net. The difference between jellyfish net and net launcher. Jellyfish net is what Spongebob just casually carries around, and uses in a lot of games, actually. Net launcher is more exclusive to this game. It is from the episode where where Sandy is like going to the moon, and then he wants to join her going to the moon, but she won't let him. And then, well, actually, I think she will. I think she did like let him, but then he messed everything up, because what happens is that Patrick is like, are you scared of aliens? Like, are you scared that aliens are gonna attack you on the moon? And then Spongebob like, there's no such thing as aliens. And then Patrick is like, well, just in case, here's some alien repellent or something. And then he's like, and then he's like, oh yes, SpongeBob, can you take me to the ship so we can spray the windows with the alien repellent? And like SpongeBob is a skeptic, but he still goes to the ship, and he and Patrick take the ship, and they go to where they think is the moon, but actually they go around the moon and end up back in Bikini Bottom. And they think they've gone to the moon, and that the aliens are using their memories to fabricate a world that is like theirs or something like that. Can I hit you with this? No. Would I be able to use that in the air to catch them? I'm not sure. Like, yes, okay, it's cool that I can catch them now. That does make things like slightly easier. And it is good that I actually have invincibility frames while using the net, because then some of them can like go through me. But I don't want to spend time switching back and forth every time. Like, I see a clam, switch to net. I see a buff dude, switch to bubble. I don't want to keep making that switch. Also, what the heck? Like, how come the buff dudes get taken out by the bubble? And that's what I don't understand. Like, it felt so normal when I didn't realize that there were other weapons. But now that I know there are other weapons, it's kind of like, well, we have all these weapons. How come the bubble is the thing that takes out the buff dude? It's like, oh no, a bubble popped in my face. Ah! But yeah, as you can see, we can just use the net on clams, which would have made that first part so much easier. I don't know how much y'all are going to see of it, because I don't know how much I'm going to edit out, obviously. But, just trust me when I say I took like 40 minutes on that part. Oh my gosh, this stupid clam. I missed the platform and then fell directly into the clam's mouth. He's positioned so expertly. Like, man is cooking. Man is cooking with that location. He is just like, he knows exactly where he needs to be to get his lunch. Got it all planned out. Sits there. I bet all his friends call him crazy. They're like, what's this guy doing? We're all out hunting for our food. And then he's sitting there, just like with his mouth open, at the bottom of a canyon. Little do they know that he's actually the mastermind. He actually knows exactly what he's doing. He is the apex predator here. He knows exactly what, he's just like waiting for the food to come to him, and it works. Because I'm that much of an idiot that I've fallen into his mouth multiple times. Yeah, hopefully I don't do that again. Okay, I did not. Now I will probably fall into some other clam's mouth. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, he's hot on my tail. He's right behind me. Okay. Dodged. I am simply the fastest sponge alive. So basically how that episode works with like the moon episode is that they think they're on the moon and they think that that everyone is aliens, and they start going around catching like citizens of Bikini Bottom in net launchers with like the nets, because Sandy used that net launcher. At the beginning of the episode, SpongeBob sees Sandy with the net launcher, and he's like, oh, that's a space gun that she's gonna use to catch aliens. And then Sandy's like, oh, SpongeBob, there's no such thing as aliens. I'm using it to collect samples for samples of like plants and plant life and stuff from the moon, to like study. And then SpongeBob's like, okay, but if you change your mind, it'd be super good for alien hunting. So then obviously when he gets home, and Patrick is like, are you worried about aliens? He's like, oh, there's no such thing as aliens, because he sort of like thought about it, and he's like, yeah, Sandy's probably right, there's no such thing as aliens. But Patrick insists that like, okay, we should probably spray the windows though, just to be safe. And so that's how they end up going to the ship, and then going inside, and then like, while they're inside, they mess around, because SpongeBob is like, we're just supposed to spray the windows. And then Patrick is like, well, yeah, but we can have a little fun first. And then they are all messing around, and then Patrick is like, I want to start the ship. And then he presses a bunch of buttons, and SpongeBob's like, that's not how you start the ship, this is how you start the ship. It's like, first of all, how did SpongeBob know how to start a spaceship? Second, dumb idea. Dumb, stupid, but hey, that's SpongeBob, right? Like, it's just like the dumb humor. Some dumb humor moment. SpongeBob dumb humor moment. It's just like, I happen to know. Who is the professional with space travel here? I happen to know that the way to start the ship is right here. And then he just presses the button, and the ship starts. And then he's like, oh gosh. He's like, oh crap. They just like, started the ship. Now he's flying away in Sandy's ship. Just because they went to go spray the windows. And now Patrick sort of like semi-tricked him into like firing them all into space, firing them both into space. Because they were both playing around. And SpongeBob and Patrick was egging him on, and SpongeBob got a little too carried away, and he forgot that he probably shouldn't start the ship, and so he did start the ship, and then here they are flying off to space. But the thing is that they don't even reach the moon. They go right around it, and then they end up back in Bikini Bottom, but they don't know it. So then they're like, oh yeah, all these people must not be our friends, but they must actually be aliens. And so they go around with Sandy's net launcher, which he was going to use to get samples, and which SpongeBob said would be good for alien hunting. They go around with it and actually use it for alien hunting. Both SpongeBob and Patrick have one, both of them. They have one each, and they also have like these spacesuits on, and they just go around to all these people's houses, and start like netting them, and they're sort of like catching them as proof that aliens exist, and SpongeBob plans to take them back to Bikini Bottom to show them to Sandy, to be like, hey, aliens do exist, look, I caught a bunch of aliens, aren't you proud of me? And then, in the end, Sandy goes to, like, stop them, because she finds that the ship is gone, and then she finds that it is, like, finds that SpongeBob and Patrick are, like, netting all their neighbors and friends and stuff. They're, like, all capturing them and putting them in nets, and she's like, oh, I have to put a stop to this, and so she goes over to them, and she ends up getting captured in a net herself. They end up shooting her, and then the episode ends with them like going back to Bikini Bottom. Well, sorry, they go to the moon. The episode ends with them going to the moon, and then realizing that they were in Bikini Bottom the whole time. At which point, all the people which they trapped in the hole like trapped in nets and then put in the hull of the ship because they thought they were aliens. All the people are like, all the people in like perfect sync are like, SpongeBob, we aliens would like to have a word with you, and it's really funny because at this point, before they started the ship, before they like flew it to the moon and realized their mistake, SpongeBob and Patrick actually turned on each other because then they were like, oh yeah, aliens could be anyone. You can never be too careful. And then they both looked at each other and they're like, wait a minute. And then SpongeBob was like, oh, so you were an alien this whole time and you didn't even tell me. And then Patrick was like, no, you were an alien this whole time and you didn't tell me. And so they both are like going to shoot the nets at each other. They both think they're aliens and they're both trying to capture each other. And then they have this really funny joke of SpongeBob going, I've got you now, and then Patrick goes, it's not you who's got me, and then he freaking uses the net, shoots the net at himself, he goes, it's me who's got me, and then Patrick, SpongeBob obviously shoves him in the ship with everyone else. Super funny episode. Obviously, it's like early SpongeBob, so it's good. Modern episodes aren't necessarily bad. Like, there are a bunch of pretty terrible ones, but like not all of them are bad. Modern SpongeBob is still good, but it pales in comparison to the classics. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, really the best of the best. I happen to like a good bit of like Season 7, Season 8. I enjoy those seasons as well. I feel like that's not a very popular opinion. But I personally think that some Season 8 episodes, some like Season 7, Season 8 episodes, are on par with the sort of quality of the original 3 seasons. Obviously, I'm sure I will get a lot of hate for that, because people love to like say, oh yeah, first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are the best, uncontested. And they'd love to hear no one else's opinion. And be like, yep, this is right, this is correct. There is no competing with the first 3 seasons, and I think that the first 3 seasons definitely are the best. But I think Season 7 and Season 8 also go pretty darn hard. And I think that some of the episodes in Season 7 and Season 8 are on par with Seasons 1, 2, and 3, some of those episodes. And, like, obviously they're not, like, the same vibes, it does feel very different, but I'm just saying, like, they are just as enjoyable, some of those episodes. Not all of them. There are definitely some not that good Season 7 and Season 8 episodes, where in the case of Season 1, 2, and 3, like, basically every episode was good. But, like, I'm saying that Season 7 and Season 8 does have some episodes that are just a joy to watch. Not as many as, like, the first few seasons, obviously. But they do have ones that are just as enjoyable, in my opinion, as some of the ones in the first few seasons. Hopefully I get another pair of pants here. That's good. That's great. I need to remember that I can actually, like, use a net here. If there's a clam approaching me, I can use a net. See, that one was low enough to the point where I could actually capture the net. It didn't look like it. I was kind of scared to go for it, but I found patties. What do I do with patties? Oh wait, I can launch those using my newly obtained spatula, which I have a feeling I'm going to need to do soon, because otherwise why would they ask me to get the spatula before coming in here? And I died, and hopefully this doesn't send me back to like all the way. Good. Did not send me all the way back. I'm gonna grab the patties, just in case the boss is coming up. I feel like they wouldn't give me a checkpoint if the boss is coming up, because then they would just give me a checkpoint at the boss. Yeah, this guy's gonna come by. I'm gonna wait for him to come over here, so that I can get a kill on him, because it's just better to have him out of the way. Quickly use that, wait till the coast is clear, and then use that net. I don't know, this guy's giving me trouble, because I don't know if I can use the net on him. He's gonna shoot this way again, but I'm currently over where his trajectory is, so he's not gonna hit me with it. Oh my gosh, I could just jump right up there. I did not know that. How come I could just jump right from that one to that one, but like not the same going up? Like I could go from this one straight up to this one, and then I couldn't go to I couldn't do that to the next one. Hold on, I tried to showcase it, and then I just died again. I heard people say on the internet while looking for walkthroughs that they liked this level because of the urchins, and I do think that the urchins are definitely a pretty cool thing about this level, because they do seem to be adding a lot to it. Obviously, it makes you think a lot more. Can I catch them? Oh, I can catch them. Makes you think a lot more. Especially now that I know that I can catch them, it makes it seem all the more it makes it seem all the more thought-provoking. So I can basically use the net on like essentially pretty much everything here, except these stupid idiots. These guys aren't that much of a challenge anyway. That time, look, it literally I can go right up to the top. Can I jump higher? I think I can jump higher while I'm in invincibility frames. That's interesting. I've never seen that before as a feature of a game. But yeah, like the thing that makes them not so challenging to deal with is because they are just like their bodies aren't a hitbox. Like you could go right inside of them, you could literally be like all up in them like this, and they don't actually hurt you until they shoot at you, as I just showed. Oh, sorry, a little stressed. But yeah, the thing about this is that you can't use the net while squished. So what you need to do is you need to get to like a checkpoint in this area, like a checkpoint where you can like stand back up before you can use the net again. Because obviously I'm pressing the net button, you can't use the net when squished like this. More ammo for the net launcher. Haven't used the net launcher since that boss fight, so I don't really need ammo for the net launcher, thank you. I'm good using my normal net. No launching required, just net. There are like a handful of, there's more than a handful. There are quite a lot of video games that I just will never play because I'm like, just flat out, that's too hard. Like, I know I will play through a large majority of the game, and then I will get to one level, and then I won't be able to beat it. And then because that one level just looks too hard, and so I won't play the entire game. Like, I am much harder to please with video games than I am with movies. Like, movies, I watch everything, and I enjoy everything. Like, I freaking enjoyed the Green Lantern movie. I thought that was great. Everyone hates the Green Lantern movie. Even the creators of the Green Lantern movie hate the Green Lantern movie. You're probably sitting there, looking at your computer screens, listening to me, going, why does this guy like the Green Lantern movie? What a weirdo. But I like the Green Lantern movie. I thought it was solid. I really am not a harsh critic for movies at all. I'm much harsher of a critic for video games, but I do still feel like I like a decent amount of video games. But I also just haven't, like, okay. I feel like I don't judge video games I've played harshly, but that's because if I played the video game, then I know I was going to like it. Like, I feel like I do my research. I never really go into a video game. If I don't think I'm going to like a video game, then I don't start it in the first place. I tend to research video games a little bit before I play them, pretty much always, just to make sure that it's something I'd like, because obviously I don't want to spend time playing something. I value my time. Sue me. I value my time. And, I don't want to waste time playing something if I don't think I'm gonna, like, finish it. There are some exceptions, like, obviously, where I'm like, okay, I'm down to just enjoy this as an experience. I don't need to finish this. I have my fun with it. But most of the time, I want to finish games. I feel like that is I feel like I dedicated time to the game, so I might as well finish it. Even if I did just play it for like 20 minutes, I'm like, well, at this point I gotta finish it, because that's 20 minutes that I'll never get back. So now that I've started it, why not spend more time finishing it to make sure I get that satisfaction of having it finished? I don't know, like, I just like to see things through. I'm just that kind of person. And as a result, I get, like, a little bit too attached to the idea of seeing something through. And often I just don't. When it comes to video games, often I start video games, then I get obsessed with the idea of 100%ing it, and so I don't end up completing it ever. Like, I don't ever end up even completing it, ever. Because it's just, like, it takes so long to 100% it that I'm like, this is boring, and then I give up before I 100% it, and then therefore I give up before I even complete it, because I wanted to 100% it. Get some more patties, would have appreciated some more pants, actually, but, patties are good too, I guess. Like, as I said, previously, Krabby Patties are, like, the solution to everything in, Spongebob, so maybe I could trade those for pants. Maybe some person, owns like a pants shop where I can, oh crap, this is the boss. I did read online that I needed the spatula for this guy. I don't know exactly what I'm using the spatula, okay. He seems a little bit difficult. I don't know exactly, okay. This is difficult because I don't have the net. Okay, so I'm feeding him the Krabby Patty, and now what? What do I do about that? Is that the only step, or do I have to do more? Do I have to feed him the Krabby Patty and then do something else? I wonder. Let's see how he responds to just me feeding Krabby Patties. And then if he doesn't... Okay. So it seems that he has certain times when I can feed him Krabby Patties and certain times when I can't. Like when he's shooting... Okay, when he's shooting, I still seem to be able to feed him Krabby Patties. So maybe... Like, I can't really find a time when I can't, but clearly there are times when I can't. Maybe there are times when I can't. Maybe I just have to make sure I hit the mouth. Maybe I'm just not aiming well enough. People also say they really like this boss. I found some good things about this game while looking for walkthroughs and stuff. I found people saying some good things about this game, and I'm glad because I was under the impression that like maybe this game wasn't getting loved and like wasn't getting the love that it deserves. Because from what I'm experiencing, I really like this game so far, and I think that I'm pretty close to the end at this point. I've got all the other knobs except for one, and I'm about to get this last one after I beat this guy. And so far, it has been very good. Unless they really mess up this final boss, which I assume the final boss will be the Flying Dutchman, because they were talking about like Flying Dutchman's Underworld at the beginning. I assume there will be a final boss, because there have been bosses at the end of each of these worlds, except that one, which I can't remember which one it was. But I just remember that one single world did not have a boss at the end, which is kind of weird, because all the other ones have had one. It was the first world, like, Carnival did not have a final boss at the end. At least I don't think so. Maybe it did, and my memory is just failing me because my memory is bad, as we've discussed in previous videos. I shouldn't say discussed, it's not really a discussion. It's one-sided. It's me talking and then you listening. So it's not really a discussion, is it? But yeah, I just keep shoving Krabby Patties down this guy's gullet, and oh, he's fallen asleep. Okay. I was wondering if that was it, because with the other guy I had to like do a series of events. I had to hit him with the bubble, and then hit him with the thing. What is it? Net launcher. This one, I just had to hit him with Krabby Patties. Okay. SpongeBob has found Sandy's hat. Gee, SpongeBob, thanks for getting my hat back. No problem, Sandy. SpongeBob has found the Moon Man catcher. That's not what the net launcher was? What? Okay. Apparently the net launcher was not the Moon Man catcher. That was just like... Is that an advanced version of the net launcher or some crap? I don't know. You have found an oven knob. Great. So that is all the oven knobs I need. Oh wow, it's opening. So I open the magic oven with the oven knobs. Hello? Gee, it's a long way down. Where does this oven take me? Oh, tartar sauce. What? I fell in? Okay. So now I presume we are at the end of the game. Ooh, okay. I did read a little bit about how this was... I did read a little bit about Rock Bottom. So now I no longer have the goal of collect the 5 oven knobs. Now I just have the goal of find the golden spatula. So I'd assume we're at the end of it now. I'm still missing 2 items. And one of those items I think I straight up can't get at this point. But yes, I can net you. Good. Okay, net launcher for the win. Can I go this way? Yes, I can. Does this bring me to anything interesting? Okay. Brings me to like a marsh thing. If I fall down here, does that give me anything interesting? Give me any interesting opportunities? Is there like a hidden chest down here or some crap? It seems kind of weird that this room is like empty. So maybe there's something down here. Or maybe there's death down here. That could be as well. Okay, this is weird that I've gotten like a checkpoint here. Because why would there be a checkpoint here if there was nothing here? There is something here! Okay, so basically, that one point... Okay, can I net you? I cannot net the clam. Can I net you? Okay, I have to use the jellyfish net on you. I'd imagine, because I have to use the jellyfish net on the other urchins. So why wouldn't it be the same with you? April Fools! Thank you, stupid chest. It really is crazy to me how, like, the whole April Fools episode... Because it's just, like, one episode. And I guess it's a fairly iconic episode. Because, it's season 1. But, like, I'd imagine it couldn't have been that iconic when this was made. Because this was made, I think, only when, like, it was, like, season 1 or 2 of SpongeBob. Maybe it was even made... Okay, like, part of me wants to see season 2. But I'm not seeing a lot of season 2 things in this. It all seems to be like season 1 episodes, and I honestly don't know my SpongeBob episode seasons that well. Like I could name a bunch of SpongeBob episodes, but I probably couldn't name their seasons, like the seasons they're from, for most of them. So yeah, just in range of him being able to eat me. So I don't know if there's anything below this little bog, but I'm hoping that I don't have to test it, because there's a very good chance that I could just die. Like, I hope that it doesn't at the end say like, oh, you need this random item, and then I have to look around in all the bogs for a random item. Like I literally have to go down and like possibly die in all of them. That would be terrible if it just made me search all the bog areas, like all the little bog water. A lot of old games, obviously, old games are fun. Like, they have that nostalgia factor and everything, and like, I don't know, old video games just have a lot of charm. One thing I will say about old video games is that they tend to be badly designed in some way, a lot of them. Their difficulty tends to come, a lot of the time, old game difficulty comes from things that are just unfair. Because there's a difference between fair difficulty and unfair difficulty, and I feel like a lot of old games fall into the trap of unfair difficulty. Take, for instance, that one castle in Super Mario Bros. And obviously, I love Mario. I think that Mario is great. And like and I'm sure the majority of Nintendo fans agree, there are no bad Mario games. If you like Mario games, you probably like all of them because they're just like good, you know, they're enjoyable. If you don't like Mario games, then you know, I guess that's like that's a you thing, whatever. But like, I find it crazy to think that like people don't like Mario games because they're just so enjoyable, they're just so fun. Like, maybe Nintendo isn't your thing, but like, how can you not admit that like jumping around, stomping on Goombas, collecting coins, like how can you say that that's not fun? Like, maybe you're not a Nintendo guy, maybe you don't like anything Nintendo, but like, at least try Mario. Like, if you don't like Nintendo, that's fine, whatever. Who cares? I like Nintendo. I like a bunch of Nintendo franchises. You know, my Kirby, my Mario, my Pokemon, of course. No one's surprised by that one. But like, if you don't like anything Nintendo, like, at least still try Mario. If you've never really played a Mario game before. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of people have played Mario games, but if you like have very little experience with Mario, then you might want to play like a full-on game. You might want to play through like a full game just to give it a chance. Just give it a chance. Just give it like a fair chance to prove itself as a good game to you. Because like, I doubt that with a Mario, I doubt that like Mario wouldn't have you like hooked pretty much instantly. But hey, maybe it would take some people like an entire game just for the fun of Mario to actually like become like, just for Mario to actually like just for them to like actually see like why Mario is fun. Maybe they need like a demo in the form of the entire game. Some people. Personally, I think that like with any Mario game, I could just like play the first level and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a fun game. It doesn't take me long at all with Mario games to just be like, okay, is this gonna be fun? Am I gonna enjoy it? Like, I instantly just enjoy it. But hey, maybe it would take some people like an entire game. So on the off chance, please just like, if you have played Mario games before and you like got a world in and you were like, this isn't for me, then I highly encourage you, like, if you don't think you like Mario, but you have like that little experience with it, to give it a fair chance. Play through a whole Mario game just to see. And if you don't like Mario, that's whatever. But like, oh my gosh, I just think that like Mario is such a sure thing. I feel like Mario is just so fun for so many audiences, and I don't see why you wouldn't think Mario's fun. If you don't think Mario's fun, like, that's fine by me. Just explain it to me, because I don't get it. Like, explain to me where that opinion came from. Like, what you don't think is fun about it. Because I think Mario is so fun. Like, I can't see it. And I'm not gonna, like, say your opinion's bad or anything. I'm just curious. Like, where did that come from? Why don't you like Mario? Because I love Mario. It sounds like such a crazy thing to me that people wouldn't like it. Okay, so this hopefully brought me to a chill. Whoa, okay. Can I catch you in a net? No, right? No, probably not. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. The answer to that question is a big fat no. What about a net launcher? Can I catch you in this sort of a net? I'm currently in the Dutch underworld, yes? Dutchman's underworld? Dutch under. I am underneath the land of Dutchland. I don't know. Where do Dutch people come from? Dang it, I suck at geology? Geometry? No. I suck at geography. I suck at geography so bad I can't even remember what it's called. Do you get netted? You get netted. Get wrecked, get netted, get destroyed. What is this taking me up to? This is taking me up a very long way. It took me up to basically nothing, unless I could jump through that. Whoops. Well, frick, I'm dead. That's unfortunate. Now I have to do this whole part again. Overall, so far, this doesn't seem bad. And I'm gonna knock on wood real hard, because I don't want it to suddenly get difficult because I said that. Oh, those like parrots? What are those flying ghosts? Because obviously these are like ghost pirates. Is that a parrot? It looks like some weird thing with its tongue out. This is like a Pokemon ghost. Freaking like Ghastly or Haunter, just like ready to lick you. It looks like standard Gen 1 Pokemon depiction of Ghost. Where they just want to lick you. This is a wall. Oh, okay, not all of it though. Get me up there. Get me up there. Get me up to that chest. It seems just like a semi-solid platform. Yes, I can jump right through the bottom of that and get up to the top and get that chest. And that's that. And, oh, okay, you're not gonna, oh. Okay, so he's another one of those enemies where his body doesn't actually have a hitbox. He just sort of throws projectiles at you, but if you go directly in front of him, if you literally go into his body, it doesn't hurt you at all, which I guess makes sense, because he's a ghost. But some other ghosts can hurt you with physical attacks, which I guess makes less sense. Frankly, that is the most sensical ghost here, I guess. Okay, that is semi-solid. You see, this guy definitely attacks you physically. And you have been netted, sir. Consider yourself netted. Do I get more pants here? Yes, another pair of pants. Wonderful. You can never have too many of those in this game, unless you have more than 3, in which case you have too many of those for the moment. But, maybe some other time. Okay, I have another pair of pants. That's great. That's one of those moments where I have too many of those. But hey, still, like I said, maybe later. It'd be great if I got more pairs of pants later, because you can never have too many pairs of pants. You can for like a moment, but then later on, you'll need more. I promise you. Because there are so many dangerous things in this world of Bikini Bottom, and also the underworld, apparently. So it took a strange turn. Took a little bit of a dark turn. I will admit to falling there, because, you just saw it, so, I guess, I won't admit to falling there. You saw nothing. The lava. Dead. Okay, well, at least we learned something. That thing being, where am I? That thing being that lava insta-kills me. It's not like the goo in Goo Lagoon, or the bog water, where I could just, like, swim my way out of it, where if I just mash fast enough, it's like, oh yeah, it's fine, I'll just swim out of it, I'll just swim upward, and then I'm no longer in the lava. It's like, nope, it just melts my skin. Sponges, this is skin, I mean, technically, it is flesh of some variety. Is skin flesh? Like, yes. But like, are they like mutually exclusive terms? No. Mutually exclusive is not the right term. Like, okay. Is all skin is flesh, but is all flesh skin? That's my question. Is this like a rectangle square thing, where it's like all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares? Is it like all skin is flesh, but not all flesh is skin? Is it up? No! No! I fell all the way down! Dang, into the lava! Hit a parrot on the way down! Gosh darn it! Upon further examination, yeah, that's definitely a parrot. That is not a tongue, that is a beak coming out of the front of his head. I don't know what's going on with, like, he looks like he has ears. He looks like a furry. Parrot that just really likes wearing cat ears, going around making meowing noises. Furry parrot. But, I don't know, he looks like he has, like, ears, which are not what parrots have. I mean, I'd imagine they hear things, but, like, they don't have, like, visible ears. Like, I imagine they have, like, ear holes. I don't feel like birds, like... Does any bird, like, have actual, like, visible ears? Or is it all just holes? And I imagine it's all just holes. I've never seen a bird with, like, actual visible ears in, like, a traditional human sense, or, like, any other creature sense. So I'm just gonna jump on this, and then jump up here, and then jump up to this, and then jump up there, and then I'm not gonna be able to because it's too tall. Dang it. How would I get up there? I don't see any platforms, so I'm just gonna assume that I can't, and fall back down. I'm gonna hit this guy before he throws something at me, as you do. Probably could have used the net launcher on those, like, plant things that shot the projectiles. That would have made sense because the whole point of the net launcher in like, the episode is that Sandy's using it to collect specimens to study, like, plant specimens, so it would make sense that I'd be able to use it on, like, the plant thing. You found a fresh pair of pants. I don't need all these pairs of pants. My gosh. Okay, now I need a pair of pants. Too bad, I already got it. Okay, I found patties. The one time I need a pair of pants and I got patties. What the heck? You found patties. I found more patties. What the heck? What the actual heck? Guys, seriously? This is some kind of cruel, sick joke. The one time I need pants, you're giving me all these patties? Just kill me, man. Just respawn. Just kill me so I can respawn in some place that I can actually work from. Oh my gosh, I respawn all the way back here. This is a pain in the butt. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. It would help if you just sang along. CAMPFIRESONG song. CAMPFIRESONG song. If you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. It would help if you just sang along. Patrick, Squidward, good. It'd help if you just sang along. Wasn't that relaxing? Gosh darn it. Love the freaking Spongebob camping episode. It's like, let me get a can opener, and they're like, didn't you bring that out here when you came? Didn't you bring that out here when you hiked all the way out? He's like, no, we didn't hike out. My house is right there. It's like, the idea of camping right next to your house is just so funny. He's like, oh my gosh, SpongeBob and Patrick are going camping. I'm finally gonna have like a week of freedom where they're not here to annoy me. And then he's like, wait, what are they still doing here? He's like, I thought y'all were going camping for the weekend. And then they're like, well, we are camping. And then he's like, it doesn't count as camping if you're right outside your house. They're like, well, we have a tent, and we're in the wilderness technically, so it's camping. So they're just camping right outside the house, and Squidward was under the impression that they were gonna leave, and he would finally be left alone, and not have to deal with their stupidity for a week. And I think it was the weekend. They were supposed to go camping, and then they did, just right outside their house, and so Squidward still had to put up with their stupidity. Can I catch the bird in a net? I wonder. It'd make more sense to catch the parrot in a net, the ghost parrot in a net, than to catch the ghost pirate in a net, really. You ever notice that, like, parrot and pirate sound similar? It's like they were meant to be together. They sound such similar words. They both have like that root ending. What are these? These look like poles that are gonna impale me. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Where did you even come from? Blended into the background, you son of a gun! Knocked me all the way down. Not all the way down, but you knocked me so far down to the point where I might as well knock myself the rest of the way down. And by knock myself the rest of the way down, I mean just, like, fall off. SpongeBob just jamming out in the underworld. Classic SpongeBob. But yeah, oh my gosh, I was like, I came into this game, within minutes, Mr. Krabs was like, there's secret treasure in the Flying Dutchman's underworld, and I'm like, what am I getting myself into? And I was like, dang, this is like old SpongeBob, huh? This is an old game. Like, this is when SpongeBob was like an adult show. And like, I assume this game is rated E for everyone? Possibly, probably, maybe? I wouldn't be surprised if there's some, like, adult references, like, adult jokes in this game that I'm just not getting. Because it did take me a while to get some of, like, the more adult jokes in, like, early SpongeBob. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm just, like, missing out on some of them. And this game is, like, not rated E at all. And I feel like it is because I'm just not getting all the, like, really kind of adult stuff. But I feel like this game is rated E. You going through the underworld is kind of like shooting it up to like an E10 plus, possibly, maybe even teen, depending on like, I don't know how ratings were. Like, I don't know how ratings used to be for video games. I don't know if they used to be like harsher. I don't know if they used to be more tame. I'm not gonna open any more chests because I need the underwear. Not the underwear, the pants. Gosh darn it. See, this is the moment where I'm glad I didn't open up that chest, because now I can open the chest and get pants. If I had opened up that chest before, then it would have just been useless, because I already would have been at max pant health. Pant health. Because it's the health that you get from your pants. Is this gonna take me all the way down? I was getting kind of concerned. I'm like, why are we going so far down? It's just gonna take me to the very bottom. Oh crap! Speaking of going to the very bottom, frick! I think it's good that like a lot of these enemies take damage from the net. it means I don't have to switch between weapons. And honestly, the net launcher is just really good too. Like, it's just good that I like not only do I have to only use have to use one weapon here, but also the fact that it's just like a good weapon. Like it's got so much range. Like I can attack them like the minute they're on the screen. Like as long as they're in front of me and not like above me, I can attack them like the minute they get on the screen. That is just good. That is just fantastic. Makes things a whole lot easier. I can attack them before they even see me. Like other weapons, okay. Other weapons, I have to like wait until like even the bubble. Like bubble's okay range. Like obviously spatula and net have no. Actually, spatula does have range. Freaking, I found a pair of pants when I already had all the pairs of pants I could possibly wear. Like okay, Spongebob. Here's the thing, buddy. Could you not wear, like, another pair of pants? Like, why can't you just wear another pair of pants on top of that third one? Is 3 really your limit? Like, if the amount of pairs of pants you have on determines how long you will live, how many hits you could take, then I highly suggest you look into possibly putting on more than 3 layers. Because I know it might be, like, a little uncomfortable, but would you rather be, like, slightly too hot or freaking die? Like, would you rather, like... I personally would sacrifice being a little too hot because I'm wearing too many layers for being able to like actually live any day. That would be... What's here? What's in here? Out of curiosity, I'm missing one item. You found patties. Great. That did not help me. That was not that one item that I was missing, so I no longer care. I will never go there again because there is a chance. Mind you, it's a pretty low one because there's only a little bit of lava in there and nothing else really that is an obstacle. But I will not be going in there again because there's really nothing useful in there at all. And, there's lava there. So, it's literally just a risk with no payoff. This frickin' parrot, man. This frickin' parrot. I hate him. This specific one right here. Just a nuisance. Like, all the other ones are a nuisance too. That specific one is, like, even more of a nuisance than the other ones. Oh my gosh, you're literally getting in the way of me jumping on this platform. Please stop. Jump over here, get hit by a parrot all the way down, because parrots are freaking annoying in this game. I guess I'll bring myself the rest of the way down. Oh, there's a checkpoint here! Oh my gosh, that's great. If only I went here earlier, that would have been fantastic. But I guess, like, see, it always pays to explore. Unless you're in, like, playing Terraria, and you're like, you go to the Skeletron dungeon, and then you are like, oh, what's down here? Then it doesn't pay to explore, because then you just kind of die, and it does the opposite of paying, because when you die in Terraria, you lose your money. I would be mad about that guy punching me down, and I am, like, a little bit, but I talk my way through it. It's all good. Next attempt. I frankly am a lot less mad now that I have a checkpoint here, because now I'm not being sent back that far. Imagine if I just, like, never went in there and never realized there was a checkpoint there. Oh my gosh, this would have taken so much longer. I'm so glad I found that random... I not only found that random hole that didn't even look like a hole, it looked like a wall, but it was a hole that I could go into, and I'm so glad I found it. Not only that I found it, but that I chose to go into it, because it got me a checkpoint. And checkpoints are always welcome. Except when they make things too easy, except when they give you checkpoints like left, right, and center, because obviously, like I said, I like to have a little bit of challenge in my games. Not too much challenge to the point where I'm like, this is easy, but not too much easy to the point where I'm like, not too much easy to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is easy, but this is super easy, this is so easy, this is boring, but not too much challenge to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally can't do this. You gotta hit that mid-ground for me. I'm picky like that, sorry. And, like, I hate that I'm like that, where I just, like, I literally will see a level of a game and be like, well, I can't play this entire game because this one level looks too hard. Because I'm sure that a lot of I will not experience a large majority of games ever, just because I'll just say, like, oh, that looks too hard, and I won't want to play it. Just because of, like, 1 or 2 levels that look too difficult. But that's the way I am. I just value my time too much to play a game if I know I can't finish it. And because I'm so bad at video games, with a lot of games, I know I can't finish them. They could just look at a level and I can be like, nope, that is where I would not be able to continue. And I can't stand starting a game and not being able to finish it, so I'm just not going to start it. I'm never going to play that game. Stinks. It's kind of rough. and I will not. There's a lot of games that I will never experience because of it, but you know, I mean, I like the games I like. I research games before I do them. If it looks too hard, then I probably won't play them. But like, gosh, these guys, man, these guys. That camping episode. It's like, obviously the campfire song is really funny. Another thing about it that is like, obviously it's funny, it's really iconic. Another thing that's really funny is that like, the whole sea bear thing, obviously. Is like, they're like telling him, don't do this, don't do that. It's like, and he's like, why did he attack me this time? Well, I guess he just doesn't like you. It's really funny that like, and they made up all these arbitrary rules. It's like, if you don't do this, if you do this, then it will summon a sea bear. Like it will cause a sea bear attack. And then he like does all this stuff. He has like the cheese and the sombrero and like the maracas, and he's like, I have a feeling we're suddenly all in grave danger. And they're like, what? Really? Why? And he goes, just a hunch. And then he puts on all the clothing and he comes out with the cheese. And then he's like, well, I did all this stuff that is supposedly supposed to bring a sea bear, and no sea bear. What do you have to say to that? Why is there no sea bear showing up? And then like, maybe it's because you're not wearing your hat in a silly fashion. And then he turns the hat upside down, and then all of a sudden the sea bear comes. Sorry, he didn't turn the hat upside down. I think the sea bear turned the hat upside down, if I remember correctly. And then like, he's like this, and then the sea bear, and then he like tilts it slightly, and then the sea bear comes, turns it upside down, and he goes, and they're like, no, more like that. But yeah, like the whole idea of sea bears being like this super, this crazy thing that like people don't even believe is real. It's like a conspiracy type of thing, like sea bears. It's really funny because obviously like in our world, bears are just a thing. Like you walk out into the woods and then you just see bears. Hopefully you don't see bears when you walk out into the woods. Hopefully like you don't just walk out into the woods like behind your house or whatever and then you're just surrounded by bears. Hopefully you don't. But like theoretically you could do. Like bears are all over the place in our world. But in the Spongebob world, the bears are like, they have these sea bears, that are like the underwater versions of bears, and they are like almost these mythical creatures that are like a conspiracy. It's like, do you believe in sea bears? It's like Bigfoot or like I don't know, some other thing that people don't believe in on Earth. Aliens. It's like sea bears or aliens. Sorry, it's like sea bears are like Bigfoot or aliens, or it's like they doubt their existence. People doubt their existence. And it's so funny because in our world, like, no one doubts the existence of a bear. Unless they're like, hey, maybe there are... I don't know where bears do and do not live in this world. I personally live in America, and so we have a bunch of bears in this country. But, like, maybe there are some other countries that really don't have bears, and so maybe there are places where bears are, like, these conspiracies. Oh, it's the Flying Dutchman! So, you're the one who thinks he's hot stuff and the stove and something. For something about a stove. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to watch back the recording because I didn't even read his dialogue. I've come for the golden spatula, sir. Then you must prove you're the best. And it's a good thing, too, I haven't had a good meal in ages. Let's eat! Okay, so that would stand to reason that this is after Shanghai? Question mark? Oh, a chest. I wonder if it will give me an underwear. No, it will not. It also will not give me pants. Find golden spatula. I love how my goal is to still find golden spatula, even though I'm fighting the freaking Flying Dutchman. Like, my goal isn't defeat the Flying Dutchman. No, my goal is find the golden spatula. That hasn't changed. I'm still looking for a golden spatula. There are no other more immediate goals going on at the moment. Nope, none whatsoever. No more immediate things that I need to do. Like, survive. Why would I need to do that? Just find the golden spatula. Oh, okay. So you're the one who thinks he's hot stuff on a hot stove. Oh, that wasn't good at all. Frankly, I wish that I continued to not read that because that wasn't good. It wasn't funny or entertaining or, like, enjoyable to read. Not like enjoyable dialogue. It's just, why would you say that? Ow! I got hit by an anchor. I hate when that happens. Yeah, so I'm not currently seeing a way to hit him. And, like, maybe I have to wait a little bit more. But so far, this game has had, like, very obvious things that you need to do with bosses. And I'm currently, like, cycling through my weapons. I haven't I don't think it's a net. I don't think I have to use a net on a ghost. That's not... There are a lot of different ways that ghosts are depicted in the media. But I can't think of any media depiction of a ghost that, like, where you just have to, like, capture them in a net. I don't think that works in any piece of media, capturing a ghost in a net. Maybe he just has to, like, cycle through all his different attacks. But I feel like they're all just either the bird or the dropping the anchor and the other stuff. He's gonna drop the stuff. I need to sort of, like... I don't know if after it drops it can still hit me, because it is, like, blinking, so maybe I could just go right through it. That would make it much easier. So, like, bubbles don't seem to work unless I'm, like, unless I'm, like, not getting an opportunity to attack yet. Yeah, I don't know how I would defeat him. Like, I want to switch off of bubbles, because I don't know why bubbles would work, but I also, at the same time, don't know why anything I have would work. Oh, I could just opt out of the dialogue. I don't even have to, like, mash through it all. I could just press X, and then it skips all of it. Yeah, okay, if it's blinking, I can't get hit by it. That's great. That's a great piece of news. Can I do something with that? It didn't seem like I could interact with any of those at all that would, in any way, that would allow me to use them to hit the Flying Dutchman. So, maybe Krabby Patties are the answer. Krabby Patties are always the answer in SpongeBob. Let's see if we can kill him with Krabby Patties. Or, what is the... How do you defeat a ghost? Great question. Use Krabby Patties. How do you kill something that's already dead? Krabby Patties. How do you revive a squirrel who is losing consciousness because of chum? Krabby Patties. How do you cure a growth spurt of a whale? Krabby Patties. How do you do, like, literally any action in Bikini Bottom? How do you solve, like, literally any problem that they could possibly think of? They could possibly arise? Great question. It's Krabby Patties. And this is no exception. The solution to this one also seems to be Krabby Patties. Believe it or not, the Flying Dutchman is weak to Krabby Patties. Because Krabby Patties represent all that is good, and Flying Dutchman represents all that is bad, I guess. Because he's the final boss with some crap. He's like evil or something. I don't know why he's so evil. He's just like a random ghost, but like, apparently he's like the most evil ghost ever because you fight him in multiple games. Oh, now I have to jump. He's slightly more off the ground than he was before. Now I have to jump in order to hit him with the Krabby Patty. Pretty soon he's gonna be like up at the top of the freaking level. Oh, he's dead. That was so easy. It's... I don't believe it's over. I literally don't. There's no way it's over. SpongeBob has found the golden spatula. Shing, sparkle. But what's the catch? Now, SpongeBob is truly the greatest fry cook in Bikini Bottom. Yippee, I'm rich! Good for you, Mr. Krabs. That's it. There is no catch. The game is just over. Huh. Well, that is a little bit of an underwhelming ending. And now watch as I match through the credits, because I really don't care who made this. I don't get me wrong. I appreciate it. You made a good game. You can interact with product and look for... Okay, so yeah, this is just more credits. And, like, I'm very thankful, but at the same time, who on earth reads the credits? Nickelodeon Interactive would like to thank these people. Not me. For a second, I thought they were going to thank me, so I stopped. Oh, okay. See, if I think they're going to thank me, then I'll stop, because that's important. None of these people are... None of these people are important. If they thank... Special thanks? Who cares who they're thanking in the credits? Unless it's me. If they thank me, then all of a sudden I'm a fan of it. Then all of a sudden I'll stop. But, if they're not thanking me, then I don't care. I'll just skip through all the credits. But anyway, that'll do it for this playthrough, I guess, guys. That was not even the hardest boss in the game. I'm pretty sure there was, like, a boss that was even... that was, like, much harder. I think the jellyfish was honestly harder than that. That final boss was, like, the most underwhelming final boss ever, but, we beat the game! So, thank you all so much for watching Eevee Clan. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more, and this is Alex Espion, signing off.